And now please give a warm Philadelphia welcome to the visiting Toronto Rock. Number 4, Jesse Gamble. Number 5, Sandy Chapman. Number 7, Colin Doyle. Number 9, Patrick Merrill. Number 11, Mike Hobbins. Number 12, Chris White. Number 13, Garrett Billings. Number 15, Scott Evans. Number 16, Blaine Manning. Number 17, Stephen LeBlanc. Number 19, Josh Sanderson. Number 21, Bill Greer. Number 22, Cam Woods. Number 33, Casey Bearns.
From the Wells Fargo Center, the National Lacrosse League and the Lacrosse Network proudly present the Toronto Rock taking on the Philadelphia Wings. Well, good Saturday afternoon, everyone. Thanks for spending part of your weekend with us here on the Lacrosse Network. My name's Dave Walls. Got the play-by-play for you today. Follow me on Twitter at Dave Walls. And our producer in studio today is John Barchard. Thanks so much for his help as well. Well, you want to talk about Eastern Division battles. They don't get much bigger than these two teams right here. The Toronto Rock currently sit on top with a record of 7-3, but the Wings not far behind with a record of 5-4. And even the competition, Buffalo and Rochester, are close as well. With Toronto winning today, they would secure a playoff spot and give themselves some breathing room as far as seeding. The Wings, with a win today, would keep their hold on second place, draw closer, and also hold a tiebreaker against the Rock. Toronto comes in off an impressive 14-10 victory last week over the Colorado Mammoth. Jesse Gamble was named Transition Player of the Week and helped seal the deal there. Also, Colin Doyle with 9 points, 2 and 7. Garrett Billings also got it done with 8 points, and Nick Rose another stellar night in net with 41 saves. For the Philadelphia Wings, they come off a bitter 16-10 loss against the Washington Stealth here at Wells Fargo Center last week. Quite frankly, the offense did not click. Coach Johnny Meridian talked in the press conferences during the week, saying the Wings were taking poor shot selection. Transition speed is one thing, but getting the shots they wanted, not just the shots that the defense allows, taking their time and letting the scoring chances come to them naturally will go a long way in helping the Wings stay alive in the Eastern Division. We'll take a break for introductions and the national anthem. When we come back, it's the Toronto Rock and the Philadelphia Wings. This is the NLL on the Lacrosse Network.
Please rise, and gentlemen, remove your hats for the singing of the Canadian anthem. Please welcome Sarah Cohn.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Please remain standing as East Ward Elementary sings the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, good Saturday afternoon. My name's Dave Walls. I'll have the play-by-play for you today here on the Lacrosse Network. Producer today, John Barger, and we welcome you inside to at least the dry atmosphere. A little bit of snow, a little bit of flurries outside, so a good day to be inside and enjoy a tight Eastern Division battle here in Philadelphia. In net today for the Toronto Rock, Nick Rose, Brandon Miller gets the start for the Wings. You may recall that Miller received a one-game suspension for his role as a third man in last week's Washington Stealth loss and fight, but Miller currently appealing that suspension, as is Michael Manley, who also received a one-game suspension. So both of those players will be active today. Here's your starting lineups. First for the visiting Toronto Rock, Jesse Gamble, number 4, Patrick Merrill, Cam Woods, Damon Edwards, and Scott Johnston with Nick Rose in the pipes. For the Wings, Jeff Reynolds back from injury. Good to see him. He'll be out there for the faceoffs. Patrick Heim, Jordan Hall, Kyle Sweeney, and Kyle Hartzell. Scratches for the Wings. Brendan Mundorf added back to the active roster, but he is out for today's game as he needs just one more week, but we should see him back next week against Minnesota. Brett Manny a scratch, and Brody Merrill still battling those concussion syndromes. For the Rock, Rob Hellier, Rob Marshall, and Roger Weiss all scratched for today's game. We welcome you into the first of 4 games here on the Lacrosse Network. Very busy schedule today for the National Lacrosse League. We're getting ready to get underway as just closing up the boards from the opening ceremonies. Jeff Reynolds again out there to take the opening face-off for the Wings. Let's see if that helps. Certainly the Wings, without him, have had their struggles in the circle, as sort of been a committee that's been handling it, not a one person. CJ Costabile, the rookie, as well as Pat Heim have been getting significant time in the circle. Wings going right to left, wearing their home reds with black. Face-off underway, diving for it, both sides with bodies flying all over the place. Nobody controls. Finally, Toronto gets it into their stick, and Patrick Merrill controls it in their own end, and we're off and running. The Rock get their first offensive series. They come out. Stephen LeBlanc with the ball as he backs up into the near side. Up top to the captain, Colin Doyle. Now moves it over to the far side. 10 on the shot clock. Tried to hit a breaking Stephen LeBlanc, missed the pass, and an early turnover for the Rock. And here come the Philadelphia Wings. They fly down for their first offensive series. Hartzell in transition. Was looking to hit Ross on the break, couldn't find him, so he'll dump it off, and the Wings get their offense out there. Kevin Crowley with the ball. However, stick checked as he tried to pass, and it's intercepted. Good break the other way for Toronto. And here they come. Got an open lane to run, and they score. Kyle Belton in transition was looking for a pass. Then he saw he had a lane to run on that, and he puts it into the upper right-hand corner. And quickly, 55 seconds in, the Rock jump out first, 1-0. As you take a look here, Belton's looking to pass. Rabel can't get back, so as he goes to put it in, Miller dives down to block the low, and he leaves the upper corner exposed, and so Belton puts it in for the early 1-0 lead. Quick face-off win by Reynolds, however, stick checked away, and a turnover as it falls right into the stick of Jesse Gamble.
Toronto goal scorer number 87, Kyle Belton. Unassisted at 55 seconds.
The unassisted goal at 55 seconds by Kyle Belton puts Toronto up 1-0. They have the ball, got their offense out there with 12 on the shot clock. Holding now to LeBlanc. Good push. Got a crease violation as LeBlanc was diving in. He had good defense put on him and really couldn't get a clean look at the net, so good defense by the Wings. They'll come out now for their second offensive series. 90 seconds in, Toronto up 1-0 on the transition breakaway by Kyle Belton. Ross over to Hall. Now up top to Crowley. Crowley winds up, shot, hit McClellan in the back. Never gets through, however, the Wings pick it up. Only 7 on the shot clock. They'll have to hurry. They get it down low into the corner. Now behind the back pass to Hall. Shot, saving it. Oh, I thought it rolled in for a minute, but instead it rolled down the backside of the net as it hit Rozo, so the Wings get a fresh 30. Hall's trapped in the corner with a double team. As some confusion on the Wings. Only had 3 on the floor for a short time there, but they now have their 5 out there. Crowley. Now over to the right-hand side to Buchanan. Buchanan over to Rabel. Rabel head fakes, dives down low, now has to pull it back up with 7 on the clock. Right-hand side. Now over to the near corner with 4-3. Westervelt gets pushed down, and the shot clock's going to expire. Westervelt was looking for a call of some sort. Looks at the official. He gets nothing, so a shot clock violation and good defense. Greer brings it back up for Toronto. Quick play. Here's the captain. He shoots. Save made by Miller. It's between his legs and didn't see it. Bit of a breakdown there by Philadelphia. Left Colin Doyle wide open. You don't want to do that too many times, so Miller was able to get that one in between the knees. 2-1 early shots on goal in favor of the Rock. They lead at 1-0 here. To Crowley, flips it back up top to McClellan. Now far side, shot goes wide, high and over the net. Being over and back, so they'll let Gamble pull it back up as the defense gets off in transition. Gamble wants the shot. He takes it. Good save made by Miller. It's caught in his knee pad, so he gets the whistle and the stop. Gamble had the right idea, but no traffic in front of him was an easy save for Brandon Miller. Mike Manley brings it back up across for the Wings. He dumps it off to Paul Rabel in transition. To Ross. Now over to the side to Jordan Hall. Now he rolls around over to Westervelt. Check that. That's Karate out there on the floor. Over to Rabel. Rabel at traffic and 10 on the clock. Now here's a shot. Score! Philadelphia Wings. Ned Karate. Wide open to the slot and bounces one in on Nick Rose, and the Wings have tied it up 1-1. And you know, we talked in the pregame. Johnny Meridian was saying the Wings are forcing too many shots, taking shots early in the shot clock, and here we saw a lot of passing, and we saw the scoring opportunity come naturally. As you take a look at the replay here, Rabel will flip it over to Karate, and Karate just gets the quick stick and bounces it in on Nick Rose. Replay coming in a moment as we're back to live action. Westervelt and Rabel will get assists.
Score by number 22, Ned Crowdy. The assist, number 9, Paul Rabel. And number 26, Drew Westervelt.
So it's Ned Karate. We do have a substitute PA announcer here who's doing a great job, but it's Ned Karate from Westervelt and Rabel. We're back to live action. The Wings have 18 on the shot clock. Tied up 1-1. Now here's a lane to run. Shot and save made by Nick Rose. Kevin Buchanan was able to roll into the slot and had a clean lane, but Nick Rose stood tall and was able to block the upper left-hand corner, and Toronto comes back the other way. 3-3 shots on goal. Philadelphia's tied it up at 1. Sanderson with the ball. Now it gets over on the far side to Casey Bearns. Dumps it off in the far side corner. 13 on the shot clock. Hits Sanderson again. Doesn't get full power behind the shot, but a good one attempt nonetheless. Miller makes the save, and here comes Philadelphia now with Joel White. White acquired in the Paul Rabel trade and has really done a stellar job on transition. Rolling it back in the net, tried to hit a breaking Kyle Sweeney. Over and back call, though, as the ball never touched anybody, so it's going to be Toronto ball deep in the corner. They're going to get it. Tried to go for the quick restart. Sandy Chapman can't handle it, and an opportunity missed for Toronto. Philadelphia wasn't really set, so Toronto tried to capitalize, pick it up, but Sandy Chapman couldn't handle the ball. Now here comes the Wings back the other way. White rolls up, takes the shot, but Nick Rose makes the save. We'll get a whistle as the ball is kind of caught in his pads and can't seem to find it. Now we've got the ball out, and so Toronto will reset here. That happens sometimes. You get the ball stuck in a pad or somewhere, and the goaltender can't get it out. Media timeout coming at the next whistle here as Toronto shoots and scores. Casey Bearns rolls right down the middle and is able to stick it into the net. And with 9:51 to go, it's the Rock back up top 2-1. As you take a look at the replay here, Colin Doyle with, boy, really great vision to hit that one. That was a very tight window to shoot it over to Casey Bearns, but he's able to do so, and Bearns is able to throw it right into the back of the net, 2-1.
Number 33, Casey Bearns. The assist, number 7, Colin Doyle, and number 17, Stephen LeBlanc. Time of the goal, 5.
So LeBlanc and Doyle on the assist, 2-1 Toronto. Philly with the balls, they win the faceoff. Ross has it over to Rabel. Now far side with some room to move. Here's a shot save made by Rose. Rebound, though, comes right over to Crotty. Crotty in back of the net. He sets it up with a fresh 30. Up top to Buchanan. Buchanan fires. Save made as it hits Rose on the right-hand side. Ball trapped in the corner. However, nice job of breaking away as Toronto can't contain the deep pass to Jesse Gamble. Kyle Sweeney's able to check him off, and the ball will roll harmlessly into the stick of Brandon Miller. Long outlet pass comes to Costabile. Costabile holds it as the Wings get their offensive unit on the floor. 6-5 shots on goal in favor of the Wings. 2-1 your score in favor of the Rock. Traffic in front of Rabel. He shoots it high off the glass. Rebound comes right to Belton. Good awareness by Belton that time, as that was a hard one off the glass. Had the stick right in position, though, and Toronto was able to corral it and come back the other way. Sanderson with the ball. Doyle down low to his right, and said he'll throw it over on the left-hand side to Blaine Manning. Manning now setting up a screen. Here's a shot saved by Miller, and he's able to corral it. The ball goes in, and it's good. It scores. Brandon Miller had a stick on the ball, but as he kind of tried to corral it back into the stick, Blaine Manning just almost swipes at it like a golfer trying to putt it into the hole, and he does so. As you take a look at the replay, again, the save made by Miller, but right before he gets in the stick, he just sort of shovels it in between the legs. And now the challenge flag has been thrown by Johnny Meridian. Challenge flag is in effect with 8:25. We'll have a stoppage of play. I'm going to have to, we'll have to take another look at a replay here in the booth. We're seeing exactly what you're seeing. We don't really have any other alternate angles here to see if possibly Manning had stepped in the crease. So we'll have to wait and see what the officials rule on that one. Certainly a bang-bang play right in front of the net. Stoppage of play with the challenge flag thrown. Tentatively the score 3-1 with 8:25 to go here in the first. Going to take another look here at a replay in the booth. And, I tell you what, I think they're going to call this one back. It's going to be very close. You're going to take another look here. Now we're able to show you. Manning gets it, and it looks like his left foot. That angle doesn't show it clearly, but the one we saw just a minute ago in the booth, if the officials see that one, I think they'll call it back. My guess is going to be no goal. I look to my producer, John Barger, and see what he thinks. He thinks it's going to be no goal as well. I agree with you there. But Depends on what the officials see. They do have some more camera angles that we don't have access to here in the booth, so stay with us here. We'll let you know what they say while we take a break here in the arena. Shots on goal, that one is a shot regardless, 7-6 shots on goal for Toronto. It's ruled a goal on the field, so they have to see definitive evidence that there was a crease violation of some sort. Johnny Meridian saw the replay and threw it right away, so we'll have to wait and see what the officials decide in this one. They are certainly taking their time with reviewing this one, and I don't blame them, as it's a bang-bang play right in front of the net. You want to make sure you get the call on the field correctly. Crew Chief Bob Hollingsworth is in the booth. Also assistant referee tonight is Josh Hilt. Here comes Hollingsworth right now with the call, and it is no goal. No goal is the call. So scratch that one off the board for Blaine Manning. The left foot did hit the crease. We saw one angle here in the booth that unfortunately we weren't able to show you, but that one pretty clearly showed that Manning's left foot hit the crease line. So scratch that off the board, and a break for the Wings, as certainly that would have given Toronto some momentum. So the Wings will get the ball off the restart, and we're back to live action. Up top to Jordan Hall. Now over on the near side of Crowley. Crowley rolls. He shoots high off the glass. Fought for. Toronto briefly had control of it, but now they control down low into the corner with Scott Johnson. Johnson he's stuck in his own end, though. Full court press being put on by the Wings. Johnson, though, does well to beat a double team and get it up across. Good check from behind by the Wings. No call by the official. Ball still loose on the turf. Bierns down there fighting for it, and now goes into the crease. We'll get a crease violation. Good scrapping by both sides trying to pick it up. Eventually the play just leads into the crease near Brandon Miller, and a crease violation takes us finally to our first media timeout. Already 7:49 left to go in the first. It's 2-1, Toronto over Philadelphia. This is the NLL on the Lacrosse Network.
The Wings have teamed up with Total Turf Experience in Mantua, New Jersey. Total Turf Experience is on 23 acres that consist of 6 professional-style lighted indoor fields as well as beautiful turf outdoor fields. The Wings will be hosting a free coaches clinic with Wings head coach and GM Johnny Moraden, as well as a free player clinic. Register online at totalturf.net. Hey fans, enjoy the best Franks and sausages that the city of Philadelphia has to offer. Get your Dietz & Watson Franks and sausages during tonight's game at any fan favorite stands on the concourse or after the game at Xfinity Live. Dietz & Watson, the official hot dog of your Philadelphia Wings in the Wells Fargo Center.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center. 7:49 left to go. It's 2-1. The Toronto Rock lead the Philadelphia Wings. Dave Walls for the NLL Network. Hey, send me a tweet at Dave Walls. Let me know where you're watching today's game from, whether you're one of the many Colorado, jeez. Look, I look at the scoreboard one too many times. Whether you're one of the many Toronto fans who are watching today, wherever you are, please let us know at Dave Walls on Twitter, and would love to hear from you. So the no call puts it still at a 2-1 advantage. It's going to be Philadelphia's ball off the media timeout. And off the crease violation, I should say. Good sized crowd on hand here for a Saturday afternoon. Been a weird schedule this year for the Wings here at home, but happy to see so many people here, and the numbers are up as well on the broadcast here online, and I'm certainly very grateful. I want to speak from the bottom of my heart to say thank you so much for watching that as well. Play resumes with Jordan Hall. Karate to his left and said he kicks it over far side to Crowley. Crowley been struggling putting it in the net. Only one goal in the last 6 games as that pass for Jordan Hall is errant. It's controlled by the Rock. 3-on-2 the other way. However, pass broken up nicely by Hartzell. The pass was intended for Mike Hobbins, and now here come the Wings back the other way, 3-on-2. Moving quickly, check from behind. Again, no call. Referees are letting this one go today, but the Wings will control back up top to Crowley. Crowley holds as the Wings, again, completing a line change. Now they've got everyone out there. 14 on the shot clock. Rabel shoots down low. Oh, it rolled through Rose's legs, but rolls wide. Nick Rose did not know the ball was loose. He thought he had stopped it. The ball rolled across the goal line, but just wide of the net. Lucky break for the Nick Rose and the Toronto Rock as it remains a 2-1 game. Commanding over to LeBlanc. LeBlanc with a screen in front of him by Sanderson. LeBlanc pulls up now, puts it far side. 9 on the shot clock. Was looking for Beerns, who was breaking down the slot. Pass for LeBlanc, intercepted. 1-on-1 for Joel White. Now he's got a man to his right-hand side. White breaks in, now pulls back, looks for some help, and now will just hold it as Westervelt is now up top. Good play again by Joel White. Again, just knew where the ball was as Westervelt shoots, bounces around in Rose's stick and pads for the save. Joel White has really done a great job of adding some additional speed to this Wings transition game. He had a breakaway goal against Toronto in that 8-7 victory back in January. That was absolutely crucial in that fourth quarter. Captain Colin Doyle with the ball out near the face-off circle near side. Screen in front of him, runs down low. Here's a shot. Beautiful save by Miller. Stacks the pads to deny Blaine Manning. Quick play, 2-on-1 the other way with Heim. Down low now, Heim shoots, just missed wide. Ball will bounce over near the bench. However, Rabel's able to pick it up briefly, but it's stick checked away. Now Toronto has it. With Rabel picking it up, they got a fresh 30, so they have plenty of time to get the ball across. However, good double team put on by Rabel, and Steve Holmes' ball bounces into the bench, and it's a turnover. Hard-hitting action for the first quarter, and the Wings will get the ball. Wings also been able to create some more defensive turnovers than we've seen in recent games as well. Crowley draws the double team. Gamble is all over him, and then breaks free, now puts it back up top to Buchanan. Over on the right-hand side to Hall. Hall dips low, double team, stick checked away nicely. Hall dipped the head low, tried to muscle his way through, just found no room at the end, and the Rock were able to deny him a shot opportunity. 4:55 to go here in the first. 8-7 shots on goal in favor of the Wings. Tight first period with a 2-1 Rock lead. Stephen LeBlanc, far side to Manning. Now tried to pass over to LeBlanc again. Misses, but Sanderson's able to pick it up. Now here's a shot. Oh, he beat Miller, but missed the net. Putting it back of Miller, but put it wide. However, shot clock violation. Apparently the shot clock was reset when it shouldn't have been, so the referee blows it. We've got a stoppage in play and a media timeout. 4:32 left to go. 2-1 Rock. This is the NLL on the Lacrosse Network.
If you have a red ball, let's see it. If you don't have one, visit the lunch ball table on the concourse and purchase one ball for $2 or 3 for $5. After the game, you can throw the ball onto the turf for your chance to win a cash prize. Pansini and Mesro, where facing off for you is their main goal. Bryn Athyn College will host a Wings Open practice on Friday, April 12th, and Players Clinic on Sunday, April 14th. More details will be released next week. Bryn Athyn is a liberal arts college located 15 miles north.
4:32 left to go in the first. 2-1 Toronto over the Wings. Fans, tonight's game brought to you in part by Reebok. Redefine your game with Reebok's new Black line. Reebok Black was designed and engineered for the elite lacrosse player. Reebok's Black line features a lightweight and minimalistic design with carbon light technology. Performance-driven, technology-driven, NLL proven. Find all the new Reebok lacrosse gear online at ReebokBlack.com. And hey fans, don't forget NLL Radio offers the best online radio coverage of the National Lacrosse League. You know you can listen anywhere, but you can do it now on your smartphone. That's right, NLL Radio is on your smartphone by downloading the popular TuneIn Radio app. That's TUNEIN, and find NLL Radio under the More Sports section. You can listen to great shows from around the league playing on a continuous loop, including our new show here in Philadelphia, Wings All Access. Myself and my producer, John Barcher. John's a little newer to the game. I've been watching for a long time. We have a lot of fun with it. Hope you do as well. Listen to us at NLL Radio. You can visit NLL.com/radio, and you get everything there as well. Any show you'd like at any time, that's NLL Radio on the NLL.com website. Back to live action as the Wings put the ball high over the net on the bounce shot attempt, got stick checked, and it nearly hit the rafters. So we're back to action the other way. Toronto tried to break to the net that time, broken up by Philadelphia, and it's Hartzell who's able to dip and dive. He comes running now with a lane to run. Oh, he had Sweeney at his left-hand side, however, picked up by Crotty. Crotty will roll around the net there. Missed on the breakaway attempt, but they do save it. 15 on the shot clock. Offense now on the field of Crowley. Crowley near side again, drawing the double team. Gets Rabel with the screen. They're going to call him for an illegal screen, though, as Rabel was still moving. So back the other way, Jesse Gamble pushing the action for Toronto. 3-on-2 if he hurries, but Philly's got their defense out there. McFadden comes back. Want to say hello to our friends at In Lacrosse We Trust. Thanks so much for watching. Also, got some tweets. I'll read those to you during the first intermission break. Just want to say hi to everyone out there watching today. We certainly appreciate it. Even if you're on the replay, we appreciate that as well. Sanderson, one-timing attempt over on the far side to Behrens. Good save again made by Miller. He dives down to stack the pads, and they come away with that cleanly. However, missed outlet pass over to Pat Heim, and a turnover for the Wings gives Toronto a fresh 30-second shot clock as Mike Hobbins has it. Hobbins in transition dumps it off to LeBlanc. LeBlanc out there with Doyle, Casey Behrens, and now they complete the line change. Manning is out there as well. Manley gets his helmet knocked off for the Wings. He's back up top. Heim working on LeBlanc. 5 seconds on the clock. Up top, here's the shot. Save made by Miller. Again, ball comes loose. Manley and Garrett Billings really collided hard. Billings a little slow to get up, but he's able to jog off there. Big collision in front of the net. Wings defense has been much more physical today than we've seen in recent weeks. Pass to Rabel from Westervelt. Rabel working one-on-one. Now Rabel comes back up top to Hall. Far side over to Ross. 7 on the shot clock. Ross stick checked with 3. 2 and back in the net. Shot and save made by Hall's shot was saved. I don't know if it actually got on net as it did in the shot clock violation. Must have hit the post. Had our angle blocked here a little bit in the rafters. But a good scoring attempt for Philadelphia. Now quickly back the other way. Sweeney working one-on-one against Kyle Belton, who's got 1 Toronto goal already. Sweeney really working hard on the transition players. He'll finally come off. Now here's Billings working on Wiedmeyer. Now comes out into the slot, dives over on the far side to Doyle. Doyle tries to go inside the slot. Here's a shot and score. Casey Behrens didn't have a lot of room, but just had enough to cock the stick back, fires it, and is able to beat Miller wide side to put it up to a 3-1 lead. As you take a look here, Doyle hits Behrens and just finds a little bit of room. Not a lot of separation there between him and Sweeney, but once he beat Sweeney, he cocked back and fired and was able to put it wide on Brandon Miller. 10th Toronto shot, 3rd Toronto goal.
Behrens, his second of the night. The assist, number 7, Colin Doyle, and number 13, Garrett Billings at 13-18.
So as Toronto wins the face-off, had a 2-0 breakaway, but couldn't get a shot off out of it, so Toronto will hold and get their offensive unit out there. LeBlanc holds the ball. Now puts it far side for Garrett Billings. Billings working one-on-one with Wiedmeyer. Beats him cleanly. Shot, though, goes wide. Rebound controlled by Manley in the Wings. He dumps it off to Joel White, and White will push the action up the floor. 60 seconds left to go in the first. Crowley holds it near the face-off circle. Now over to Rabel. Puts it far side for Ross. And now down low to somebody, but the pass goes wide. And there's a 1-0 breakaway. Breakaway for Toronto. Here's a shot and hits the post. Lucky break as Mike Hobbins, nobody touched him from the center line. It was 1-0. Basically a penalty shot situation with Brandon Miller as the Wings missed a pass attempt to Kevin Crowley and beat Miller, but hit it off high off the corner of the crossbar. Action remains 3-1. 9-second differential between shot and game clock. There's a shot that goes wide. Rebound came right to Behrens. Couldn't get it in on net. Delayed penalty, however, coming up against Paul Rabel. He'll go ahead and he'll get the holding call here right in front of the official. He's all over that with 11.4 seconds. The Rock are going to get the first power play of the game. Rabel not intending to hold, but pretty clear as he came around the backside and was able to interfere with the Rock player. First penalty of any sort goes against the Wings. We'll keep the action here as under 10 seconds to go. Colorado with the last shot. Doyle, one stick, down low, shot and score. Quick passing all the way around with 3.5 seconds left. It's a power play goal by Josh Sanderson. They push it to 4-1. I tell you what, if there's such a thing as a 10-second power play efficient, being so efficient, look at this quick passing. Dink, dank, dunk, right into the back of the net. Those are technical terms. You don't need to worry about that. Tic-tac-toe, whatever you want to call it. 4-1 is your score. Clock started off the face-off. Wings win it. They won't get a shot off, however, as time expires here in the first. Lots of action. The Rock break it open late. Power play goal by Josh Sanderson pushes it up to a 4-1 lead after one over the Wings. This is the National Lacrosse League on the Lacrosse Network.
Sanderson for number 33, Casey Bearns, and number 7, Colin Doyle at 14:56 on the power play. Hey fans, direct your attention to the video board for tonight's Minute to Wing It game instructions.
9, 8,
Hoop to loop. In this challenge, the contestants will play as a team. Warm summer days are made for twirling hoops and sipping soda. On this summer night, the players must roll hoops across the stage and land them in a total of 3 soda bottles. Failure to complete this task in 60 seconds may result in elimination.
Hey fans, I'm here with Luke and Bart for the Jack and Jill.
Getting ready for the second period of action, 4-1, the Toronto Rock leading it over the Philadelphia Wings. Dave Walls here for the Lacrosse Network. My producer in studio today, John Barchard. Hey, Toronto fans, don't forget your Rock come home on Sunday, March 24th at 3 p.m. They're battling the Edmonton Rush at home. That should be a good one. It's a 3 p.m. start time. Hey, what better way to spend a Sunday afternoon than with your Toronto Rock? For tickets and info, head to torontorock.com. And Wings fans, don't forget your Wings come home on Sunday in April. They'll be taking on the Minnesota Swarm. That's April 7th. It's a 4 o'clock start time, and should be a good one as the Wings will be wearing throwback jerseys. The old gray and black, silver and black will be coming back. That's a 4 o'clock start time. Tickets and info, go to wingslax.com. Plenty of people sending me Twitter's messages right now, and I certainly appreciate it. I want to say hi again to all the Toronto Rock fans who are out there watching and hopefully enjoying this one. Gary's out there watching from Toronto, also Toronto Rock for Life on Twitter watching. Thank you so much. Donna's watching from Kingston, and she sent a awesome picture of her wearing her Rock jersey right now, and she's loving this 4-1 lead. Thanks so much. Hey, Derek's out there. He's one of the 2 Rock Roadie fans watching on YouTube today from Oshawa. And he says Toronto will rock the Wings. Well, they did it in the first. Let's see if they keep it up. And also Bruce Barker out there watching in Mitchell, Ontario. And he is the Toronto Rock PA announcer. Well, hopefully you're enjoying this one and resting up those vocal cords. You got some more work coming to you soon. We appreciate it. Everyone send me a tweet at Dave Walls. Wings with the ball at the start here. Rabel gets the pass over to Westervelt. Can't control. Now he does with 10 on the shot clock. Kevin Ross down low, now rolling. Here's a shot trying to go low. Good save made by Rose as Ross had actually faked it pretty nicely up high, then dove it down low at the last minute, but caught all pad that time. Here come the Rock for their first offensive series of the second quarter. Shots on goal, 12-9 in favor of the Rock now. They lead at 4-1. Here's a shot, save made by Miller. He didn't see that one till the last second as well. Miller looking for the long outlet pass, however, stick checked away. Beautiful play by Garrett Billings, creates a 2-on-1. Shot hit the post. Oh, I tell you what, Miller didn't see him, and Billings came from behind and just robbed him from behind with a good stick check, knocked the ball out, created that opportunity. Wings need to catch their breath here and come back. Rabel holds it. Beats Belton low. Here's a shot and score! Paul Rabel beat Kyle Belton, dove down low and got the crease dive. And with 13:43 to go in the second, it's a 4-2 game. Tenth shot of the game so far for the Wings, as the replay will be coming up here in a moment. Face-off now happening at center between Reynolds and Merrill. And now we have an illegal push. Rabel came very close to stepping on the crease, and I think it's a difference we've seen in Rabel. Earlier in the season, Rabel's timing was off, and as we come back the other way, Buchanan gets a shot in on Rose. Rose makes a save. Toronto comes back the other way. Rabel's awareness on where he is on the floor has improved so much over the last 3 games. 8 goals in the last 3 games. Early in the season, his timing wasn't right. He wasn't getting the shots that work better for him and his awareness from the crease as we come back the other way, a shot and a score. Josh Sanderson ends all of my talking right there as he is in the crease, and with all his faking gets Brandon Miller to fall down, and Toronto pushes it back up to a 3-goal lead at 5-2. A lot of pushing and shoving in front of the net here. Doyle, what a beautiful pass. He just whips it around. Miller, trying to get in position, falls down on the play, and Sanderson
Toronto goal scorer
buries
number
it.
19, Josh Sanderson. The assist, number 7, Colin Doyle. And number 17, Stephen LeBlanc. Time of the goal, 1:51.
So Jordan Hall has the ball as the Wings win the face-off off a violation. Hall tries to hit Ross, can't connect on the pass, however. And now long outlet pass, trying to hit a breaking Belton, unable to do so. Good pickup and speed showed by C.J. Costabile, and he'll bring it back the other way. Jordan Hall has some traffic in front of him with Ross. Now throws it over far side to Westervelt, back over to Ross. 15 on the shot clock. Ross will dive down low. Illegal screen, however. Jordan Hall gets called for that. Toronto pushing it quickly back up the floor with Sandy Chapman out there, and Belton to Chapman, shot, save made by Miller. Chapman was just standing there in front of the crease yelling for the ball, and finally they fed it to him. Miller was able to get the kick save, and the Wings catch a break heading back the other way. Those are the kinds of breakdowns the Wings can no longer afford if they want to stay where they are, just leaving players 1-on-0 in front of the crease and expecting Miller to come up with a save like that. 10 on the shot clock. Crowley gets it checked away. And a turnover as Gamble's out there. And now Gamble's taken out hard from behind. They'll call it a loose ball violation, and Crowley should be lucky he's coming away with just that and not 2 minutes. So the Rock have the ball with Garrett Billings. Thought about the shot, instead it throws it over on the far side to LeBlanc. Now near side to Scott Evans. Scott Evans, coming over from Edmonton, has done a stellar job as he moves and scores. Scott Evans, just as we start to talk about him, faked the initial shot, got Miller out of position, and was able to expose the high side. And Toronto's starting to pour it on now as it goes to their highest lead of the game at 6-2. Scott Evans got released by Edmonton, and he was just looking for a chance to get on the floor and play, and he has just been a spark plug for this Toronto offense there. The extra stick fake worked wonders.
The assist, number 17, Stephen LeBlanc, and number 7, Colin Doyle. Time of the goal.
So Doyle and LeBlanc get more assists, and it's 6-2. The Rock on their 17th shot score that goal, and they've won the faceoff. They hold the ball. Bierns near side. 1-on-1 against Wiedmeyer. Shot goes wide over. Bierns will get his own rebound of 10 on the clock. Pushes it far side to LeBlanc. Here's a shot. Again goes wide. And now we have a crease violation as LeBlanc had stepped in. So the action goes the other way. Good pass by Sweeney. Finds a breaking man. Shot hit the post. Rabel in transition. I tell you what, that was a great pass to set it all up, and Rabel just hit the post. However, it looked like Rabel, a loose ball violation of some sort. I got to be honest, I didn't see what happened down there, but the Wings are going to retain possession. As both sides looked a little bit confused there, but Philadelphia will take it. Crotty over to Rabel. Rabel now back up top to Buchanan, near side to Ross. Lots of time in this one, 10:50 to go here in the second. It's 6-2. Rabel now shoots it. Easy chest save made by Rose, and the quick outlet pass. Now we're going to have penalties, one on each side. Buchanan's going to go off for Philadelphia, and Chris White's going to go off for Toronto. Lots of extra pushing and shoving, and finally the officials make a stand by sending each off for 2, I would assume roughing, with 10:42 to here in the second. We'll stay at 5-on-5 on the field.
Toronto penalty number 12, Chris White. And the Philadelphia number 22, Ned Crowdy, both 2 minutes for roughing.
So the 2 for roughing, we stay 5-on-5, and it's Billings with the ball on the near side. Check that, it's Manning over to Sanderson. Sanderson moves. Thought about the one-timer over to Evans. He had him on the far side post and said he makes the save. Sticks coming up high again between Steve Holmes and Scott Evans. Ball controlled by Holmes. Now stick checked away, and Toronto comes away with it again. Here's a shot and score! Again, another Philadelphia turnover as they can't control the ball on their own defensive end. Bounces right to the Toronto Rock, and they push it up to 7-2. As you're going to see, Miller makes the initial save. It bounces right there, and Hartzell has it for a moment. Then Holmes has it, but nobody can pick it up. And finally, Evans does and gets it over on the far side to Sanderson, who buries it.
Toronto will score by number 19, Josh Sanderson, his third. The assist number 15, Scott Evans. Time of the goal, 4:45. Toronto goal score by number 19, Josh.
So for Toronto, it's Sanderson who already has the hat trick here in the first half. It's 7-2. And not a lot is going right for Philly since a fast start. Hall over to Buchanan, near side. Buchanan now rolls. Now goes far side to McClellan. McClellan's shot hits somebody, though, and bounces up, and Toronto controls. Stephen Orr pushing the action. Orr shoots, hits the post again. I tell you what, Toronto's up 7-2. If the iron was maybe whittled down a little bit more, there'd be a lot more. There'd be a lot more points on the board already for the Toronto Rock. It remains 7-2 as Ross has the ball. He rolls around, gets hit in the back, and now he hits the post. But before that, he steps on the crease violation, and it's the Rock who will control when we come back. Lots of action, but it's all Toronto right now. 9:26 in the second, 7-2. It's the NLL on the Lacrosse Network.
Rich platelet therapy. They use your own blood cells to heal your tendons faster. Learn more at cooperhealth.org or call 1-800-8-COOPER. You can now shop for Wings official gear at shopwingslax.com. Find new and exclusive items by visiting shopwingslax.com. The fast break deal of the game is only available at stands today. Check out this week's special, the Wings Green T-shirts.
On behalf of all the Philadelphia Wings, I'd like to welcome all of the groups in attendance tonight.
If you are interested in bringing a group to any upcoming Wings games, visit the sales table behind section 114.
.9:26 to go in the second. It's the Toronto Rock 7, the Philadelphia Wings 2. Dave Walls here for the NLL Network. Glad you are enjoying the game wherever you are enjoying the game. Lacrosse fans, did you miss that big goal that everybody was talking about last week? I know you did. Don't sweat it. Visit the Lacrosse Network online to see the top 10 plays from last weekend's action. You can also watch full replays of every game that's played over the season. It's all there on demand at any time that fits your schedule. Just visit youtube.com/the Lacrosse Network. I mean, it even works on mobile phones. So, you got a little slow time at the office. Not that I've done this and not that I endorse this, but I'm just saying it's available for you as an option. Toronto with the ball as we come back to live action. Bierne's got the nice pass over to Sanderson, who was looking for his fourth. Save made by Miller. He gets the long outlet pass to Hartzell. Has a man breaking at Rabel. Now throws it into the slot to Ross. He shoots and scores. Unselfish play by the Wings that time as Hartzell was initially looking to pass it to Paul Rabel. Rabel signaled no, hit Ross. He's open in the slot. He does that, and Ross buries that as the Wings strike back at 7-3. You'll take a look here at the replay. Good awareness by Hartzell on where he was, and you're not going to see it on the camera angle here, but Rabel's down low in the crease, and Hartzell's going to pass it to him as we're back to action again. Here's a shot, and score! We're not even back to action yet on the video screen, but another breakaway goal for the Wings. And now two quick ones have made it a 3-goal game. It's 7-4. Quickly off the faceoff, how much did this team miss Jeff Reynolds and his ability in the circle as another win creates another scoring opportunity. I hope we can get you a replay here, as we were looking for the board for the first replay when the goal happened. But right off the faceoff, right off the bench, I believe it's Westervelt, as he's able to dive and put it high into the net. As action is resumed, Jordan Hall has the ball. Keeping our eye on both, as it was Westervelt with the diving goal that time. Westervelt controls as we're in live action now. There's a shot by Hall, saved, delayed penalty, however, coming up against the Toronto Rock. 5 on the shot clock. Miller's racing to the bench. Here's a shot by Hall, and now the whistle has blown. Stoppage of play. We're going to have multiple penalties here. I believe one on each team. The initial penalty was going against Toronto, but I believe Philadelphia might have gotten a retaliation call here. And all of a sudden, the Wells Fargo Center's come alive with a little bit of energy as these Wings fans were being beaten up a little bit by the scoreboard. So, player going off from each side. Damon Edwards goes off. Excuse me, check that. It is 22, and Cam Woods goes off for the Rock. And Damon Edwards. No, we have 2 in the box as well. I apologize. And we got 1 in the box for the Wings, so we'll have to see what they put on the board, but it looks like the Wings will come away with the power play out of this one. Nothing yet on the board, but again, we are sitting at 5-on-4 on the field right now as the officials sort this out of the box. Ross is in the box for Philadelphia. Tell you what, he and Edwards are really having some words even down there in the penalty box right now. Pretty heated action. Would love to be a fly on the wall in that conversation. Hey, I want to say a big hi to Graham Perot and all our friends over at IL Indoor. Graham's watching from Waterdown, Ontario. Also to Claude Fag from TSN. Appreciate you for sending me a little note there on Twitter. I appreciate you following me. Encourage everyone to just follow me or send me a message on Twitter. Just let me know you're watching. You sit in an empty booth, and it's just nice to know that somebody's out there. I appreciate that. Wings power play getting their first look right now with Buchanan up top to Crowley. Now back over to Crowley with traffic in front to Buchanan. Back to Crowley. Shot hit Greer in the back.
Toronto, number 22, Cam Woods, 2 minutes for checking from behind. Number 45, Damian Edwards, 2 minutes for slashing. For Phil.
So 2 penalties for Toronto, and Kevin Ross gets the roughing penalty. However, Manning is able to control the loose ball, so Toronto will go ahead and kill 30 seconds here off of the penalty. Adam's watching out there on Twitter saying he's loving the setup for the Toronto Rock game. I'm glad you're enjoying it wherever you are. I know there's some Philadelphia fans out there watching as well. You got to let me know where you're watching at, too, so we can give both sides equal representation. Loose ball on the floor, and over and back is the call. Would have been a shot clock violation even if it wasn't, so Philadelphia gets the ball back. 1 minute left to go on the Wing power play. Really a trouble spot for the Wings has been shorthanded goals. They gave up 5 of them last week against the Washington Stealth. So just controlling that aspect is important, but now you got to start capitalizing on these power play attempts. Buchanan over to Hall. Hall cocks and fires, hits the crossbar. Beat Rose to the near side, but hit the crossbar, bounces 20 rows back, but the Wings will get a fresh 30 out of it. 38 seconds left to go on the penalty, on the power play, I should say, as the Rock have 2 in the box at the moment. Up top to Buchanan. To Rabel, behind the back pass. Now back over to Buchanan. Missed the pass. Still 15 on the clock, though, so Buchanan can go back and pick it up. To Rabel, now far side. To holding, shooting, save made by Rose. Rebounds right there. Being chopped at as Gamble's down there. Got a scrum going in front of the net. Ball comes loose. Still 7 on the power play. Rabel picks it back up. And the Wings got a fresh 30. 3, 2, 1. And we're about to be at full strength as Woods is out of the box and in the play. Wings can get another shot here. Rabel's about to get hit from behind. He shoots. Save made by Rose. And Woods, fresh out of the box, picks up the loose ball. So no goals, but some good quality scoring opportunities and 1 crossbar. It remains at 7-4. Toronto now has the ball. Far side to Sanderson. Sanderson has his man, but can't get him. A delayed penalty coming up against the Wings. Now a whistle, stoppage of play, and another holding call goes up against. As Billings was running towards the crease, he got held, couldn't get the shot off. Easy call for the officials. Edwards and Ross both come out of the box. Their coincidental minors have now completed. So now Toronto will go back up on the power play. 1 for 1 for them. So Sweeney gets the hold as they shoot and score. Tell you what, you get 2 minutes for a power play. Toronto hasn't needed it so far. I think both power plays have lasted a total of about 10 seconds. as Toronto pushes it back up now, up 8-4. That one officially a 9-second power play as you go again, and I believe that Sanderson is going to get his 4th goal of the first half. He has been a beast out there for the Rock.
Toronto goal scored by number 19, Josh Sanderson, his 4th. The assist, number 13, Garrett Billings, and number 7, Colin Doyle. Time of the goal, 9.
So Doyle has been an assist machine, and Sanderson has been a goal-scoring machine. All that robotics has put Toronto up 8-4, and they control the ball right now. LeBlanc working one-on-one against Hartzell. He instead pushes it back with 10 on the shot clock, up top to Billings. Manning down low. Now rolling right in front of the crease. Shot and no goal. Crease violation. Sanderson thought he had his 5th. A challenge flag has been thrown by Troy Cordingley. Sanderson thinks he scored. He immediately was signaling, throw the flag, and Troy Cordingley did just that. I tell you what, watching it live in the arena, I would stick with no goal on the field. I would love to see a replay. Let's hope they show us one here so we could show you one as well. We have a stoppage in play with 5:04 left to go here in the first half. Currently sitting at 8-4, but reviewing a no-goal situation by Toronto, and here comes the replay. Oh, I tell you what, that's going to be a lot closer than what I initially thought. Let's see, they rewound it, and boy, I think they're going to stick with the call on the field, but that is a very close call. Watching it live, I thought it was a pretty clear no goal, but now you see the replay. The initial foot is close enough to the line, and now the question is, does the ball cross the goal line before that right foot comes down in the crease area? Crew Chief Bob Hollingsworth is going to look at it. We're going to look at one more replay they're making available us here in the booth, and we're going to get a second look at it. And I tell you what, it's very, very close. They're going to have to take a good, hard look at this one. And boy, that is a very, very close call, fans. Can't lie to you. Both my producer and I think they're just going to stick with the call on the field because that is just – I don't think there's any – the problem is they've already ruled no goal. And so I think in order for them to overturn it, they're going to have to see something. Now, granted, they have more camera angles down there, but they're going to have to see something that's definitive enough to say, you know what, it is a clear goal, let's overturn it. I don't think that shot exists here in Philadelphia. And we do have great camera angles. I just don't think we've got one that definitively shows – that the ball is either in the net before he steps in or that he just didn't step in at all. Let's just wait and see what happens, as already both teams have used up their challenge here in the first half. Funny, we can actually see down into the penalty box area, and the fans in the first 2 row are looking over the official's shoulder and all signaling, no goal, no goal, like they're trying to urge him on. But he has taken, I can see he's got a crease line view as well that we didn't see here. So that's actually probably going to provide the best angle. Busy weekend here in the NLL. 3 more games. We'll go over what's happening in the NLL at halftime, but 3 more games later tonight that all have pretty big implications, including a rematch I'm keeping my eye on. Buffalo and Colorado are going to go at it again. Ding, 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 round 3. And it is no goal. No goal as Bob Hollingsworth comes out. Doesn't even wait till he gets to the center line. 1 step on the field and waves it off. So Toronto has come away losers in both challenges. That's the only area they've struggled in the night, that's for sure. So the score remains 8-4. Both teams without challenge flags now as Philadelphia takes possession. We'll get a media timeout on the next whistle. McClellan out there for Philadelphia. Over to Westervelt. Westervelt in back of the net. Merrill working tight on him. No room. He'll dump it back up top to Hall. Now to Ross. Ross with some room to move, but instead just puts it low on Rose, and his stick is right there to make the save. Maybe not the best shot for Ross to take that time. He loves that down low play near the crease, but he had no room to shoot it, and it was a pretty easy save for Nick Rose. Garrett Billings with the ball for Toronto. In the near side corner, up top to the captain. Stick save made by Miller, but the ball pops out of his stick. Toronto gets a fresh 30 as they try to hit LeBlanc. LeBlanc couldn't control. Now Philadelphia pushes the action back up floor to Hall. Now to Westervelt off the bench. He shoots, and save made by Nick Rose. I tell you what, Westervelt's lived off that shot. Now here's Billings back the other way as they shoot, and another save by Miller. Saves made, big ones on breakaways by both goaltenders. Both saves amazing. Nick Rose shutting Westervelt down. Westervelt has lived off that transition play off the bench where he comes streaking off. Nick Rose was equal to that challenge, and then Miller is forced to come up with a breakaway stop against Billings. For an 8-4 game, we have seen some amazing goaltending so far here in this first half. Here's Rabel. He gets checked away from the ball with only 5. It's going to be controlled in the corner by Belton. Double teamed, however. Belton has the ball now. A late reset of the shot clock as Belton runs up the floor. Sandy Chapman, his left. Belton holds already with 1 transition goal. Tried to hit. Was looking for Sanderson. Had no room to pass it, so now he'll dump it off in transition. Check that. It was Manning down low as Sanderson actually holds the ball now. Now he throws over to the captain. It's Doyle rolling into the slot. Tried to throw it over to Bearns, unable to do so. Only 4 on the shot clock. Quick shot. Don't know if Miller got a piece of it, but the rebound comes to Philadelphia, and they come back the other way. 2:58 to go here. 8-4 Toronto, but both teams pushing the action here late in the second. Jordan Hall to Ross. Ross with Gamble working on him. Gamble has been on everybody's case so far in this game. Flip back to Hall, and now back to Rabel with 10 on the shot clock. Check that to Westervelt. Westervelt, far side to Buchanan with traffic. 5 on the clock. 4, he's going to have to hurry. He slips, falls down. Now a delayed call coming against Toronto, and I believe Stephen Hoare is going to go off for a slash. Indeed he is, so a media timeout. When we come back, it's the second Wings power play, and they need the goals. They're down 8-4. This is the NLL on the Lacrosse Network.
People with chronic shoulder injuries, such as recurrent dislocations, torn rotator cuffs, or severe arthritis, operative and non-operative treatment can help you recover.
Attention season ticket holders, you can reserve your seats for playoffs today by visiting section 116 or contacting your Wings representative. More information will be sent by mail next week.
Hey fans, I'm in section.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center. 2:30 left to go here before halftime. It's the Toronto Rock 8 and the Philadelphia Wings 4. This copyright telecast of the National Lacrosse League Incorporated may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the National Lacrosse League. Hey, thanks so much to Teddy Jenner, also a host here on NLL Radio, his great Off the Crossbar podcast. I was listening to it yesterday. Also, thanks to got lots of people listening who are Toronto Rock fans, and we love it. We love everybody tuning in. Bob Hout's watching. Also, got a couple people. Hey, thanks so much. I appreciate you saying watching 2 miles up from Broad Street. You're not alone. Oh, I appreciate that. Lots of great people out there on Twitter. Thank you so much. Send me a message at Dave Walsh. Would love to hear from you. Stephen Hoare goes off for the slash. Wings on their second power play for their 0-for-1, but more importantly, haven't given up any shorthanded goals. They've really tightened that area up as Ross takes the shot from about 10 feet out. Rose makes a save. Was looking for the long outlet pass to Mike Hobbins and said he'll pull it back and simply dump it off to White. Now we have a whistle and a stoppage of play. And looks like someone lost a piece of equipment on the field behind the play, so the referee picks it back up. And now we're going to have the officials talk it over. Actually, it looks like we may have had some sort of issue with the clock here in the stadium. Doing some shuffling down in the booth. That looks like we're okay. Everything appears functional. That's good. Pico has not shut us off yet. That's very nice. It's those darn 76ers. They got to pay the power bill occasionally. We're back to action. It's trying to hit a breaking Casey Bearns, unable to do so, but LeBlanc controls it in the corner with 6 on the clock. Now over to Billings. Wide open, and he scores. And just as I say it, a short-handed goal by the Toronto Rock with 1:38 to go in the second makes it a 9-4 game. The Wings have given up more short-handed goals than any team in the league. I believe this is number 19 on the year for them. And Miller's been stellar, but you just can't simply ask him to come up with those kind of saves over and over again. Eventually, you're going to have to find a way to shut those down. The shorty does damage here. And now the Wings need the power play goal
Toronto
just to
goal
keep it at a
scorer
4-goal
number 13,
deficit.
Garrett. The assist number 17, Stefan LeBlanc at 13:22, shorthanded.
So the Wings, with 54 seconds left on the power play, have it with Jordan Hall. Pass intended for Crowley. Broke it up, but they're able to get it back. 7 on the clock, 6 to Ross. He'll now come into the crease and try a shot from behind the back. Rabel's able to shoot it. He gets it off Rose and is able to control the rebound. Great play by Paul Rabel, keeping this play alive when it looks like the Wings were going to get a shot clock violation. 30 seconds, under 30 seconds left to go on the power play. Now to Buchanan. Shot save made on the glove side by Nick Rose. Ball loose in the corner. Hard fighting for, and it's going to be the Rock who initially pick it up. Now the ball kicked out, and the Wings are going to be able to pick this back up. However, only 10 seconds left to go on the power play. They're going to have to hurry if they want to score on the man advantage. 35 seconds left to go in the second. 2-1. We are at even strength as the Rock are able to kill off another one here. Westervelt, far side. Now to Ross. Ross tries to shoot. It's blocked by Gamble. Buchanan picks it up with 10 on the shot clock. 8-second differential between shot and game clock. To Ross. Now he moves, hits the post. Looks like he beat Rose, but hit off the post. Shot clock turned off. Miller racing to the bench, under 10 to go. Here's a shot that's saved. Rabel picks it back up with 4. Rabel to Westerveld. He moves in, he shoots and scores! 0.2 seconds left to go before the half, and it's Drew Westerveld who gives the Wings fans something to cheer about as they're going to head into the locker room 9-5. I may have to check the replays. Actually, I think it was Crowley who scored. Not used to Crowley being down low in the crease. He's been taking most of his shots from the outside here. As a quick face-off and the clock runs out. And it is Kevin Crowley who was in the right place at the right time. And I tell you what, if you want anybody scoring, you got to get Kevin Crowley going. He gets his first in a long time and buries it at 14:59 of the second. That will do it for the first half of play, and Toronto has done a lot of damage, but the Wings still showing some fight. They're going to go down to the locker room, down 9-5 to the Toronto Rock. We'll come back with halftime updates. This is the NLL on the Lacrosse Network.
Dr. Cohen is on the medical staff of the Philadelphia Eagles, Wings, and 76ers. He advises numerous college athletic programs on injury prevention and performance enhancement. Hundreds of professional and college athletes seek his advice. The nice thing is that anyone who visits our offices can receive the same renowned care as these professional college athletes. Call Dr. Cohen today for all your podiatry needs at 610-522-9200. That's 610-522-9200. Dr. David Nadler and Associates, your official chiropractor for the Philadelphia Wings. From weekend warriors to pro athletes, let Dr. Nadler take care of all your aches, pains, and injuries. Visit drdnadler.com for more information or call 1-800-DOC-NECK.
Hey fans, please welcome Tim, who will have the chance to win a 2013 all-new Buick Encore. He will have one chance to get the ball through the board. What do you think, fans? Can he?
It's halftime in Philadelphia. Your score at the half, the Toronto Rock 9, the Philadelphia Wings 5. Dave Walls from the Wells Fargo Center. Thanks so much for everybody watching today. My producer in studio, John Barchard. And let's go ahead and walk down the score sheet here. Lots of action in the first half, most of it on the Toronto side, as Toronto actually only outscored the Wings 5-4. It was, again, another shortcoming of the Wings in the first quarter that really did them in. Kyle Belton gets it started 55 seconds in, unassisted on the breakaway for the Rock. They had the 1-0 lead. Ned Karate gets the only Wings tally from Rabel and Westerveld at 3:31. 2 straight by Casey Behrens, and then finally followed up on the power play with under 4 seconds left to go by Josh Sanderson. 4-1 your score there. Heading into the second, it's Rabel who strikes first for the Wings, making it 4-2 at 117. However, just 40 seconds later, Josh Sanderson gets his second. Then Scott Evans and Sanderson again for the hat trick. Wings fire back with two more. Ross and Westervelt within 10 seconds of each other, actually. 11 seconds of each other. Pulled it back to a 7-4 game. Sanderson with his fourth on the power play. The Billings shorthanded one is a backbreaker for Wings fans that put it to 9-4. And then at 14:59, it's Kevin Crowley picking up the loose ball, diving in front of the crease. Unfamiliar territory for Kevin Crowley, to say the least, but he's able to bury it with .2 on the clock. They did take a quick look at it review-wise, and it was a good goal. Time did not expire, so the Crowley goal stands, and we're into the half, 9-5. Let's go ahead and look around the league. We got 3 more games in action all later tonight on the NLL network. The Washington Stealth are in Minnesota tonight. They're going to be battling a Minnesota team that is really just trying to hold it all together. As since losing Andrew Suter, they have not looked like the same team. They've played in a couple of close games. You'll recall these two teams faced each other 2 weeks ago up at Comcast Arena, with the Stealth winning that one 11-8. The Edmonton Rush will be at Blue Cross Arena tonight as the Rochester Nighthawks are hosting them. Game time on the East Coast, 7:30 here on the Lacrosse Network. The one I think we're kind of looking forward to in Colorado, the Colorado Mammoth and the Buffalo Bandits. And if you saw that score sheet from last week, well, get ready, folks. They're going to do it up again. Let's see who's left to play after all the suspensions and all the... Now, granted, everybody, for the most part, is appealing their suspensions, with the exception of John Sullivan, who's now with Rochester. He will be out tonight. He was actually part of Colorado, got traded right before the deadline. He's now a member of the Nighthawks. It was announced just before our game time that Sullivan has withdrawn his appeal, and he will serve that 1-game suspension tonight. So all those games in action on the Lacrosse Network. Ours is at the half. It is 9-5. We will take a timeout, get a drink of water, encourage you to do the same, but don't go anywhere. Come back to us. We've got one more half of exciting NLL lacrosse action here for you on the Lacrosse Network. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Let's get it going. Oh, you just gonna stand there, huh? Because you too cute to dance? You scared. Go 50 in the house. Go 50 in the house. Bounce to the push. Move it. Go ahead, put your back to it. Wait, do your thing like it ain't too wet. Shake that girl. Little mama, shut up. Move it. Go ahead, put your back to it. Wait, do your thing like it ain't too wet. Shake.
Let's hear it for the Firework Dance Team! Conestoga's under 11s will take on Radnor in a game to help raise funds for Logan Schweider. Logan was a Conestoga youth lacrosse player who was swept away in a rushing creek and suffered catastrophic brain injuries.
Money raised from today will help Logan as he continues his recovery. All of us here from the Philadelphia Wings wish Logan the best, and good luck to Conestoga and Radnor. Good save. Contrast Photography are the official photographers of the Philadelphia Wings. Do you want your sports moments to last forever? Visit contrastphotography.com for more information. Contrast Photography, your memories are photographers. Evolve IP is a proud sponsor of the Philadelphia Wings. Imagine your network as a means of access rather than a means of a headache. That's an Evolve network. Visit www.evolveip.net for more information. Back pain, sports-related injury, injured at work. Does this sound like you? See your doctor and ask for NovaCare. As the exclusive provider of physical therapy to the Philadelphia Wings, NovaCare provides exceptional patient care and unmatched customer service. If you're recently injured or need pre- or post-surgical rehab, call our injury hotline at 1-800-770-6682 to schedule an appointment. With more than 90 locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey, let NovaCare get you back to life. The Wings choose NovaCare, and so can you. Call 1-800-770-6682 today. NovaCare, the power of physical therapy. Enhance your skills for the upcoming season. Come visit the Lacrosse Evolution tent in the Broad Street Atrium. When you sign up for a free private lesson, you have the chance to win a free winter training at either our Downingtown King of Prussia facilities. Also, ask for details about their elite travel team, Team Philadelphia, and upcoming tryout dates. For more information, visit our website, lacrosseevolution.com. Stop by our tent and check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Turn on your phone's extraordinary ringtone into your favorite Extraordinary Wings highlight with Sport On. Sport On has exclusive NLL highlight video tones. Download your favorite highlight and relive the big goal or the superb save every time your phone rings. Visit NLL.com.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center. Still halftime here as the Toronto Rock enjoying a 4-goal lead over the Philadelphia Wings. 9-5. Dave Walls here for the NLL Network and the Lacrosse Network. Glad you're spending part of your Saturday with us here. St. Patrick's Day celebration going on. In fact, my producer John Barger rocking the green jerseys the Wings wore 2 years ago for the Headstrong Foundation, and loving that one. Wearing the classic Taylor Ray rag. I love that one. And thanks to everybody who followed me on Twitter at Dave Walls. Just want to say a couple special thank yous. Karen is a diehard rock fan, and she turned 8 yesterday. Her daughter, turned 8 yesterday. Karen did not turn 8. Let me start that one over again. Hi, Karen. I hear your daughter turned 8 yesterday, and I just want to say happy birthday to Georgia. She's a big Toronto Rock fan, and I hope you're enjoying the game. Happy birthday to Georgia. Also, Cameron's out there watching as well. John Dutton is out there saying he's listening while watching the Rock and Wings. If I can say hi to his nephew, Dylan Denami, and I hope I got the last name right. Go Rock Go. Well, they appreciate your support as well. Dr. Mark Foray is enjoying the play-by-play from home over in Brooklyn, Ontario. Greg Kelly watching that one as well. Thanks so much for your comment, Greg. I really appreciate that one. And Natasha is watching, well, spring cleaning. It's a Saturday. No, there is no cleaning allowed in the NLL. No. I mean, maybe after the game, then you pull out the vacuum, but you know what? It's okay. Whatever's getting you through your Saturday, glad we're a part of it here on the Lacrosse Network. Taking a quick look down the score sheet here, as just a couple minutes left before halftime, as the Tykes on the turf are still playing right now. Big story so far is Josh Sanderson. 4 goals already here in the first, most of them on the power play as well. In fact, he's gotten 2. The Rock 2 for 2 on the power play, and Sanderson's gotten both of them in a quick order. Stephen LeBlanc, 4 assists. Colin Doyle, 6 assists already. He's been involved in the action, just has only taken 2 shots, but Colin Doyle, the captain, 6 points already. Garrett Billings, 1 and 2. Scott Evans, 1 goal and 1 assist as well. Casey Byrnes with 2 goals and an assist, and Kyle Belton with that breakaway goal that started off all the scoring. For the Wings right now, led in scoring by Paul Rabel with a goal and 2 assists. Kevin Crowley got that goal just before halftime. He has 1 and 1. Jeff Reynolds has been doing very well off the faceoff, 80% faceoff percentage. He's won 12 of 15. Good to have Reynolds back in the circle for Philadelphia. He's out there with assists. Drew Westervelt, 1 and 2. Brandon Miller has an assist. Jordan Hall also as well. Kevin Ross with a goal. And Kyle Hartzell has notched one in the assist column. So that's where we stand. Shots on goal right now, 28-25 in favor of the Wings, as both teams coming back onto the floor. Rock have actually just entered the floor as well. The Wings will be out here in just a moment. As we mentioned, face-off percentages, something the Wings have really struggled with in the last couple of weeks. You'll recall against Washington, only 13% won. CJ Costabile just did not have a good day against Bob Snyder, but Costabile has gone out there once today, and Reynolds has taken the majority of them. And Reynolds, again, 12 for 15 for 80%. We'll take one more timeout, and when we come back, it is the second half of the Rock and the Wings. The Rock leading at 9-5. This is the NLL on the Lacrosse Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome for our second half High Five Tunnel, the Eastside House Settlement After School Program. Please welcome back your Philadelphia Wings!
And it's the second half of action here in the NLL on the Lacrosse Network. Dave Walls with the play-by-play tonight. My producer in studio, John Barchard. Send us a tweet at Dave Walls. Let me know where you're watching. Also, one shameless promotion. I'm allowed that. Tune into our new NLL radio show, Wings All Access. It's the only show on NLLradio.com, 100% devoted to your Philadelphia Wings. We break down every game, and John, my producer, and myself, we host the thing. John, a little bit newer to the game. We love going back and forth on it. Our picks were both, actually picks this week, we've all pretty much gone the same way, except we're differing on the Colorado-Buffalo game. So one of us is going to the pay window tonight. We'll have to wait and see who that is, but should be a good one there as well. But give us a listen at NLL Radio. You can also listen on the TuneIn app. That's TuneIn, the TuneIn app online for NLL Radio, available under More Sports. Face-off has just happened as they're still airing the first half highlights, but we're underway. Toronto has won the face-off, and it's Edwards who controls the ball as line changes taking place, and both teams ready to go. So the Rock going left to right on your screen, wearing their white uniforms with the blue and red trim. The Wings in their home black and red jerseys. It's the captain, Colin Doyle, takes the shot, save made by Miller. He lies down as he had it stuck between his legs. Stoppage as Manley will now get it over to Hartzell as they bring it up across the timeline. So quick play, quick shot, and the Wings already notching their first save of the second half. As it's Kevin Crowley who got a shot and a goal right before the end of the first. Crowley puts it off the glass, tried to bounce it over to himself. Instead now we'll go the other way. Delayed penalty coming up against the Wings. Must have happened behind the play as it's the back official who calls it. Might have been too many men on the field. We'll have to wait and see. Indeed it is. Too many men on the field for the Philadelphia Wings, and they are going to go ahead and go a man down once more. Toronto 2 for 2 on the power play, getting their third attempt. And, you know, you're trying to come back into the game. It's the beginning of a half. You got new energy off the goal, and you put yourself a man down already. So it's the Rock with the ball to Doyle. Now far side to Billings. Back to Doyle. Passing it back and forth to Bearns. Bearns being worked on by Sweeney. Tight into the corner, but gets it back up top to Billings. Billings creeping in to Bearns. Shot puts it wide. Over to Doyle. No reset, so 7 on the shot clock. Creeping in. That shot blocked nicely by White with 2-1. I don't think Bearns is going to get the shot off in time. He misses the net anyway. But no, the referee says give him a fresh 30. Wings bench furious at that one. I don't know that Brandon Miller got a piece of it, but the official right there waved his arms, said to give him a fresh 30. So the Rock will go ahead and take possession again. Shot save made Miller. Rebound though controlled. Bearns had it momentarily as he's checked down to the ground, and now Philly has it 2-on-1 the other way. Sweeney will just hold the ball for a minute. Now they get it up across of Joel White. White comes off as Westervelt on the field now. Wings on a penalty kill situation. Already 53 seconds left to the too many men call. CJ Costabile is serving that one for the Wings. Crowley near side with 5 on the clock. Crowley makes a nice move inside, shoots and scores! Kevin Crowley with the short-handed goal. Bounces it in, and it's now a 9-6 game. Crowley gets his second one. And we apologize for the video feed you're seeing, folks. A little bit of a technical error on the video side here. We're getting that one straightened out as much as we can. What I can tell you is that Kevin Crowley bounced it in, as now we're getting it back up on the screen. Do apologize for that. Crowley weaved his way in and out of traffic and was able to bounce it in far side on Nick Rose. And as the Wings win the faceoff, they're going to be able to kill off the rest of this Toronto power play if they just hold on to the ball. Rabel with the ball near side, pushing into the crease, finds a double team. Now will come back out. Rabel tries to hit Ross. He steps on the crease though, so Toronto will get a couple more seconds of power play time. And again, do apologize for those video errors. We seem to be back up and running here in the booth. Hang with us here at the Wells Fargo Center. The staff has made great strides in getting you a high-definition picture and really improving the quality of the feed here. So appreciate everything everybody's doing behind the scenes here in Philadelphia. 2-1. Teams are back to even strength. Shot save made by Miller, but I don't think Miller saw it. But regardless, the Rock are now 2 for 3 on the power play, and it's the Wings with a shorthanded goal that have clawed back to a 3-goal deficit. Hartzell in transition. Shot goes wide. Rebound, though, controlled nicely by Philly, and they'll get 15 more seconds. No, they do get a fresh 30-second shot clock. I thought it went wide, but they're going to say Rose got a slight piece of it. Crowley moves in. Shot. Oh, he beat Rose far side. Just missed it. And as the ball bounces off the boards, it goes out of play, and it's going to be Toronto ball. Jesse Gamble has really been a spark plug, not only last week where he was named Transition Player of the Week, but we've even seen today, even though he hasn't shown up on the stat sheet, really pushing the action for Toronto. Big save made by Miller as Sanderson was breaking in looking for number 5. Loose ball violation, the push, it's going to go against Toronto, and Philadelphia is going to get possession of the ball. Jesse Gamble is really pushing the action well, and even if he hasn't shown up even as an assist, the pace that he's pushed has really put Philadelphia's defense on its heels and set up some nice scoring opportunities. Here's Westervelt shooting from around the faceoff circle right into the right knee pad of Nick Rose, and he makes a save. Shots even at the moment, 30-30. It's the Rock, though, who enjoy a 3-goal lead. Greer with the ball. Has Doyle to his right-hand side. Instead will now roll out to his left, goes far side. hits Billings, but Billings had his stick checked away from him. Again, stifling defense by Mike Manley, who's really been coming up big the last 2 games for Philadelphia. And it's the Wings now back the other way. Sweeney now over to Crowley. Crowley rolls, avoids the check. Puts it up top for McClellan, who's out there. To Crotty. Crotty rolling. Now still with the ball. Now comes far side to Hall. Hall with room. Shot goes wide. 5 seconds on the clock. The Wings are going to get it. However, no loose ball violation as Sweeney got pushed from behind into the boards. Unable to control it are the Rock, but now they finally pick it back up as Edwards has it. Edwards with some room to move. Edwards comes down the slot, trying to hit Gamble, who is standing alone in Kevin Ross territory right down near the crease there, but unable to get the shot off. Still 13 on the clock as Sanderson controls. Now to Behrens. Behrens had it stick checked from behind by Wiedmeyer. Tell you what, the second half so far, every time Toronto's gotten a clear opportunity, there's been a defender there who's either stick checked or been able to push his man out of the way, and the Wings defense has stepped up early. Crowley and Ross out there with Buchanan. Buchanan with some room now finds tight defense put on by Greer. Nice move by Buchanan to roll inside. 8 on the shot clock, still rolling. Now up top to Crowley. Crowley shot, save made by Rose. Rebound fought for. 3 Rock players over there, but it's the Wings who come up with it briefly. And now we've got a bit of a scrum. Ross lost his helmet. Both players getting tied up. Referees will have to blow it dead. Ross is going to go off for a penalty here, and I would assume Sandy Chapman would as well. We're going to get penalties on both sides. We'll sort it all out when we come back. 9:12 to go here in the third. It's the Rock 9 and the Wings 6. This is the NLL on the Lacrosse Network.
Airport and Aloft Philadelphia Airport are proud partners in the official hotel of the Philadelphia Wings. Come and discover affordable luxury and watch a great Wings lacrosse game.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center. 9:12 to go here in the third. It's the Rock 9 and the Wings 6. Fans, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Reebok. Redefine your game with Reebok's new Black line. Reebok Black was designed and engineered for the elite lacrosse player. Reebok's Black line features a lightweight and minimalistic design with carbon light technology. Performance-driven, technology-driven, NLL proven. Find all the new Reebok lacrosse gear online at ReebokBlack.com. Thanks for spending part of your Saturday with us here on the NLL Network. Here's the penalties.
Chapman, 2 minutes for roughing. Philadelphia Wings penalty number 71, Kevin Ross, also 2 minutes for roughing.
So both Chapman and Ross get 2 minutes of roughing. So we save 5 on 5. Back to action. Shot, no goal. LeBlanc stepped in the crease. Accordingly, actually pulls the flag out. He's thinking about throwing it. He comes over and talks to LeBlanc on the bench, but LeBlanc says, "No, coach, I stepped in the crease." No, but accordingly, he's thrown the flag. Referees have not even acknowledged the flag. The flag is on the field. And now we have a whistle and a stoppage of play here as Philadelphia kept going. The flag was on the field for at least 5 seconds. Now, for the NLL fan out there who may not know, the coaches have 20 seconds from the time the play is done to throw the challenge flag. Now, the officials come over and they're going to grant the challenge. Challenge flag is in effect. As I thought Cordingley had thrown it in time, it was close, and I thought the fact that they hadn't acknowledged the flag meant they thought he didn't throw it in time. So now we're going to have to look and see. Watching it live, I thought LeBlanc pretty clearly stepped in the crease. He scored on the play. Now we're going to get a replay, but this isn't the replay we're looking for, as it's a replay of what just happened. So, yeah, they're going to have to rewind this quite a bit here, folks. So hang with us here as they're going to review the LeBlanc no goal. Again, watching it live, it looked like LeBlanc had taken one extra step. He was already close to the crease regardless before he shot the ball. If it is ruled a goal, it would be a backbreakers. It puts Toronto back up by 4. 8:42 left to go here in the third. Again, ruled on the field, no goal. Got to be honest, a questionable challenge flag thrown by Coach Troy Cordingley. He took his time talking with Stefan LeBlanc as they come out, and I actually thought I saw LeBlanc shake his head like he said no. Now, that was just me looking. I could have been looking at somebody else all the way up here in the rafters of the Wells Fargo Center. You never know. But they're going to take a good look at this, and I don't know that they're going to be able to find anything. We haven't seen anything here in the booth that has shown that is anything but a no goal. So we'll have to wait and see. This is Toronto's last challenge. They're 0 for 2 on challenges for the day. Wings were able to get a goal overturned in the first by challenging. Toronto lost their challenge late in the second quarter, as well as Sanderson's fifth goal was disputed. Crew Chief Bob Hollingsworth down in the booth looking right now, and he's got some angles. Again, we don't have control of the angles here in the Wells Fargo Center. The video staff, however, does provide them to the officials in the booth, so I can tell you they're looking at I can see their monitor. I can tell you they're looking at a crease level shot. They're looking right down the crease from that corner board area. The question is, the way LeBlanc entered the crease, I don't know that they're going to be able to see anything definitive. I think this is one of those situations where you stick with the call on the field, because I don't know that you're going to see anything that's going to say, you know what, oh, wait, there he is, he's good. So that's all remains to be seen. But they are taking a good, hard look at it here, so we have a extended delay. Again, thanks so much for everybody watching on Twitter right now. I want to say hi to the Bully family, Rick Bully, Lisa Bully, and Rosemary Bully, all watching up in Broomall, PA, and I appreciate their support as well. Long-time diehard Wing fans. They are watching the broadcast this afternoon, and I'll be joining them tonight for some little UFC action as well. We're going to watch GSP and Nick Diaz go at it, and that should be a good time as well. Now, Crew Chief Bob Hollingsworth is coming out of the booth, and let's see what happens. It is no goal. It is no goal, so the Rock have lost both challenges. And again, I got to say, in an unusual thrag-flowing situation, I thought it was pretty clear when it happened that LeBlanc had missed. But regardless, now you've thrown your flag early in the third. No more challenges until we get into the last 2 minutes of the fourth for Toronto. So we'll have to wait and see. And Toronto, in effect, has also used their timeout. So if they get in a situation where they might want to use it late, they are in a situation where they can't do so. Philadelphia will get the ball off the reset when we come back. Now we have a brief whistle as Buchanan's going to have to come off. Not sure what's going on here. Official coming over to the box. Again, sorry for the extended delay here. It seems to definitely be some confusion. Looked like he may have had some sort of equipment problem, but now Buchanan is off. And now we're back and ready to go. Let's get this game going again. Rabel passes over to Kevin Crowley on the near side. Now back over far side. He has Crotty putting a screen up. Far side to Rabel. 7 on the shot clock. 8:30 left to go here in the third. It's a 9-6 game as Rabel shoots. Rose with the stick save knocks it into the corner, and it's going to be Jesse Gamble who pushes it back up. Jordan Hall staying tight on him, but Gamble now pulls up, and he's going to get caught. Now it's a turnover for the Wings. 2-on-1. Hall and Sweeney. Hall shoots. Save made by Rose. Hall tried to throw an extra stick deke in there and didn't fool Nick Rose. He comes up with a big save and keeps the Rocket a 3-goal lead. Scott Evans furious behind the play. He thought Hartzell got him up high, but play continues as Evans out there with LeBlanc. LeBlanc's shot goes wide. Actually, they're going to say Miller got a piece of it, so reset the clock, but Costabile picks it up for Philadelphia. Long pass out to Sweeney. Shots on goal, 33-31 in favor of the Wings. Tight second period, actually. Toronto has not scored here as Westervelt shoots, hits the crossbar, but crease violation on Westervelt, so turnover for the Wings, and the Rock will get possession. Bringing it up across the line is Toronto. Now they've got the ball far side. Good traffic in front. Save made by Miller as the shot goes low. Now the ball bounces in. However, it last touch Miller. So keep the ball on the Toronto side with a fresh 30. Colin Doyle has yet to score. 6 assists in the game, but has yet to put the ball in the net himself. Puts it over far side. Now working one-on-one of White. It's Manning. Now over to Evans. Here's a shot, but before it happens, got a illegal screen. Joel White was knocked down in the play, so scratch that shot off the board, and the Wings get the ball back, and they bring it up across the timeline with Kevin Crowley. Gets McClellan to put a screen up. Now throws it far side to Crotty. Crotty rolling. Now puts it back over on the far side, working one-on-one against Stephen Hoare. Intended pass in front of the crease, intercepted. McClellan tries to pick it up, but instead it's Cam Woods who gets it. Now they'll outlet it over towards Merrill. Merrill brings it across the line with 6:38 to go here in the third. Tell you what, after an extended delay, both these teams pushing the action, trying to find some space, and nobody's really been able to do it yet. LeBlanc and Doyle out there with Sanderson, who already has 4. Far side with Billings. Billings holding with 8 on the shot clock. It's Behrens and some traffic in front of him. Now here's a shot and save made by Miller. I don't think Miller saw it, but it was good positioning by the goalie. And now Wings push it 2-on-2. Here's Hartzell in transition. He pulls up, however, as the Rock were able to finally get 4 out there and really found out rooms. Now the Wings have their full offensive set with Westervelt, Rabel, Crotty. Far side now to Rabel. Westervelt in the slot. Rabel pulls around. However, illegal screen called by the back official, and so turnover by the Wings. Didn't hear the whistle blow, but all the players knew it, so they just dropped the ball and kept going. Under 6 minutes to play. Casey Behrens with the ball out near the line. Behrens now right open to the crease. Shot save made by Miller against Scott Evans. Found some room, walked right into the crease, but Miller was just able to get a piece of it to knock it wide. Fresh 30, however, for Toronto. It's the captain, Colin Doyle, in some traffic. He was rolling to his left. He'll now throw it over far side to Casey Behrens. Evans and Manning in front of him with a screen. Sanderson holds the ball with 12 on the clock. Sanderson thinking about the long shot. Instead now puts it over to Doyle with room to move. Shoots, hits the crossbar. Doyle was looking for his first, beat Miller to hit it high off the crossbar, and the Wings catch a break, keeping it a 9-6 deficit, now under 5 to go here in the third. Both offenses have now started to, the last minute or so, found a little bit of room, but unable to put the ball in the back of the net. Crowley and Hoare tied up. Buchanan takes that shot as Rose gets a piece of it for the save. Rebound controlled by Toronto, pushing the action up the floor that time is Damon Edwards. A little bit of a scramble near center field. Now they'll hit it. Steph LeBlanc over on the near side as Edwards finally comes off. LeBlanc with a nice roll, but steps into the crease and now knocked down on the play. LeBlanc's crease violation will take us to a media timeout as both Sandy Chapman and Kevin Ross will finally get to come out of the bench, come out of the penalty box, I should say, after those 2-minute penalties expired long ago. 4:22 left to go in the third. 9-6 Toronto. This is the NLL on the Lacrosse Network.
Wednesdays for the next episode of Philly Lax Live on the Comcast Network and Comcast Sportsnet. Visit wingslax.com/WingsTV for the full broadcast schedule. Go Wings!
The next episode of Philly Lax Live will air on March 27th and is brought to you by the Wounded Warrior Project. Visit wingslax.com/WingsTV for more information.
The Lucky Fans.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center. 4:22 left to go here in the third. The Rock 9, the Wings 6. Fans NLL Radio offers the best online radio coverage of the National Lacrosse League. You can now listen to your NLL radio on your smartphone. That's right. Just go and download the popular TuneIn radio app. That's TuneIn and find NLL Radio under the More Sports section. You can listen to great shows from around the league. Got Box Beat, Off the Crossbar, and our new show, Wings All Access. Would love for you to go there. And hey, we're giving away 2 Wings tickets as well. We get to 100 followers on Twitter at Wings All Access. If you're a follower, you get entered into that drawing for tickets. So make sure you head over there and follow Wings All Access. You can visit any of the shows online also at NLL.com/radio to listen to any show you'd like at any time. Wings have the ball off the media timeout. Hey, thanks to Sam the Man sending me a message on Twitter as well saying he's loving watching the Wings on the NLL Network. Greg Kelly wanted to give a shout out for Bearns as he's watching at home with the two boys. And thanks so much for watching here on the NLL and the Lacrosse Network. Ball loose for, still being fought over in the corner. 10 on the shot clock. Have not gotten a reset as nobody's got control of it here. Toronto more than happy to tie it up at this point. 4-3. Now Toronto comes away with possession. Ball loose in front of the goal, and it's Greer who will bring it up across the timeline. Hey, Sarah is watching over from Hamilton, Ontario. Appreciate her watching. Steph LeBlanc move in with a shot and a save made by Miller. Now we get a loose ball push as Sanderson's knocked down to the turf by Joel White from behind, so a fresh 30 for the Toronto Rock. Well, the Wings' defense has certainly tightened up here in the third. They just haven't been able to put the ball in as much and break away at this deficit. They're still down by 3, 9-6. Sanderson now over far side to Billings. Billings working one-on-one against the rookie Manley. Now over far side to LeBlanc. Good interception, however, by the Wings. LeBlanc's pass taken away by Joel White, and he pushes the action up floor in transition. Now over far side, right in the slot is Buchanan. Thought about a shot, had a shot for a minute there, but does the smart thing and pulls it back. And again, we talked about it in the pregame, the Wings letting things come naturally as McClellan takes a shot that goes wide. No save made, but it goes right into the stick of Merrill. Now quick pass out to Gamble. The Wings, this game, at least in the second half, have been letting the game come a little more naturally and taking the shots that they want rather than the shots the defense is letting them have. And it's really added up to maybe not as many goals on the scoreboard, but I tell you what, the quality of shots the Wings have gotten this game have been much better than they've seen in the previous two. Save made, now got a delayed penalty behind the play. We're going to get two penalties as well as Bearns for Toronto, and didn't see who it was for Philadelphia, but Philadelphia knocked Bearns down afterwards, a retaliation play. Both will get 2 for roughing. No, actually, it's Jeff Reynolds just back from injury. The faceoff man who's going to go off for 2 for roughing will have to get the other call against Bearns, but we'll stay 5 aside. 37-35 shots on goal, 2:28 to go here in the third. Paul Rabel brings it in for the Wings. We'll stop once we hear the call of the penalties. Over to Crowley. Crowley moving in, shoots, hits a crossbar.
Toronto penalty number 33, Casey Bearns. 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct, diving.
Ooh, okay. So while the roughing call stands, they're going to say Bearns embellished it, and he gets the unsportsmanlike call. Interesting play. So we'll stay 5 aside here as we approach 2 minutes to go. 15 on the shot clock to Rabel. He shoots. Save made by the left arm of Nick Rose. Ball fought for and then harmlessly rolls into the creases. Crowley was in there fighting for it. Bit of a bigger loss for the Rock offensively, although Reynolds has been doing a bang-up job in the circle today for Philadelphia. Colin Doyle with the ball, has LeBlanc down below, and he hits him. 10 on the shot clock, up top to Billings. Billings looking for somewhere to go with 5, 4 to Evans. Shot clock winding down to LeBlanc. Miller was out of position, gets back in and makes the save. Tell you what, Miller had moved very far over to the right-hand side, and then had to dive back over to the left in order to make the save, and he does so. Westervelt has only had 1 goal, been a little bit quiet today, to Crowley. High pass, gets over to Crotty, though. Crotty thinks about a low dive. Now back up top to Hall. Can't control the ball, however. It's knocked loose by Stephen Hoare. Stephen Hoare, I should say. And over back violation as Hoare is able to knock it over the timeline. Toronto takes possession with 1 minute to go in the third. 9-6, shots on goal tight, 38-37. It's been Nick Rose who's really shut down the Wings on a number of occasions since an early flurry by the Wings here in the third. Philly has not been able to put the ball in the back of the net. Sanderson and Doyle out there very tight against each other. Now Doyle beats his man cleanly, shoots and scores. The captain, Colin Doyle, beat Chad Wiedmeyer, and with 40.1 seconds left to go, it's Toronto that enters double digits at 10-6. If there's one thing Philadelphia has said over and over again this season, we do not want to give up a goal in the first minute or in the last minute of a period, and they let it happen again here as Doyle, Wiedmeyer's blaming himself, but that's just a series of very nice moves by the 15-year NLL veteran Colin Doyle.
Toronto goal scored by number 7, Colin Doyle. The assist, number 19, Josh Sanderson, and number 13, Garrett Billings. Time of the goal.
So as Doyle gets his first goal of the night, it's Toronto back the other way. Shot save made by Miller. Shot clock's turned off. However, stick checked away. They're going to get the ball and hold for a last shot. Manley, however, picks up the loose ball. Fortunate timing for Toronto. Now a Philadelphia player falls down in Hartzell, and now Toronto is going to get final shot. Nick Rose is going to come to the bench for the empty attacker. 10 seconds left to go in the third. LeBlanc holds. To his left-hand side to Sanderson. Sanderson holding a 4-3 to the far side. Shot save made by Miller. Loose rebound, and nobody can pick it up as time expires in the third. Not a lot of scoring, but a lot of action, and with under a minute to go, Colin Doyle pushes it to double digits. We go to the fourth. The Toronto Rock 10, the Philadelphia Wings 6. This is the NLL on the Lacrosse Network. When you're constantly talking. So if I messed up his name, I apologize. But Sue, thank you so much for busting my chops. I'm good for that a couple times a day. And yes, Greg Kelly, I know I mixed up the names of Billings and Byrnes. Again, it happens. It's live. You stand up on the top of a multiple-story building and you try to spot a 1 and a 3. It gets a little difficult, believe me. But, hey, I appreciate it. I'm okay with the chop busting. I really am. Again, thank you so much for watching. Sean is another big Rock fan watching from home in Toronto. And, hey, Carrie's watching from vacation, watching her Rock while she's on vacation in South Carolina. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Sam the Man's watching and loving it as well. Hey, the Stealth Dragon is out there watching as well. He's wishing Brett Manny was back on the floor. Hopefully he'll be back. The Wings have certainly been a little bit banged up, but the Wings looking forward to having Brendan Bundorf back next week, and hopefully we get Brody Merrill back sooner than later, but he's got to take his time coming back from his injuries as well. Fourth quarter underway as the Wings win the face-off, and we're back to live action. Up top to Kevin Buchanan with Karate putting a screen on him. Buchanan now rolling down low. Up top again to Rabel, and now to Westervelt. Westervelt moving, and he whips around a shot. Save made by Nick Rose. Ball still loose on the turf, and now finally picked up by the Rock. Knocked down on the play, but able to get the long pass out to Jesse Gamble. Gamble had room to run, but instead pulls back to let his offense do the work. Is up by 4. The smart play here, even early in the fourth. Over to Evans on the far side with 11 seconds on the shot clock. Up top to Sanderson. Sanderson now dishes it off near the face-off circle to LeBlanc. LeBlanc with 4-3. Going to have to shoot, puts it wide. Evans will pick it up, but he's unable to get the shot off in time. So shot clock violation as the ball rolls all the way down near Nick Rose. The Wings will be able to get their fresh offensive unit onto the field. Ball brought in near the center line as Manley brings the ball back into action for the Wings. Ross and Hall out there. Also, looks like McClellan is down low. He is. Hall dishes it off to Ross. Ross with a nice move, but puts it right into the stick of Nick Rose. Quick transition play back the other way. Belton with some room to run. Belton winds, fires. Big save made by Miller, but it goes in and it scores. Miller lost sight of it. He thought he had it in the glove. I'm going to have to see a replay on that one because from the angle we've got here at the Wells Fargo Center, it looked like Miller had made the save. Coaches are looking at the replay here. Fans are a little bit upset. And now the challenge flag has been thrown. Challenge flag thrown on the play. They were waiting for a replay here as... Boy, I tell you what, from that replay they're not showing us anything that we didn't already know. I'm hoping for Miller's sake we get another look, but regardless, challenge flag has been thrown. This is the last challenge flag anybody has until we get down inside of 2 minutes. If it stands, it would be Belton's second goal at 1:29 here in the fourth. Very odd plays. It looked like Miller had made the save, and unless they're saying that Miller, in the process of making the save, moved back into the net or the ball had rolled somehow, but Miller stood up and said, hey guys, I got the ball, it's right here, but we'll have to wait and see. The problem is it's the down low official who signaled goal, and he's got the best angle right there on the crease line. Now again, unless they put up another review here, we're just not going to get an angle of it here. We're watching another monitor here that records our feed that's about 30 seconds behind, so hopefully we can get another angle. So we've got a pause in the action here as Philadelphia using their challenge flag. Crew Chief Bob Hollingsworth in the booth taking a look at it right now. Long replay is, again, I will say this in favor of the Wings. They do have the right camera angle down at the booth. They've got a shot down low right near the net that would show where the ball crossed, if the ball crossed at all. So we'll have to wait and see what happens as here comes the shot on our replay here in the booth. But again, we just don't have a clear angle of it here in the booth. And the call stands. It's a goal. I think, again, I hate to say it, I think that's a case of what the official called on the field is going to have to stand. So I just don't think they had a clear shot. Kyle Belton's going to get another unassisted goal here at 1:29, and it's now 11-6 in favor of the Toronto Rock. So after a long replay, we got a delayed penalty. It's coming up against the Toronto Rock as somebody got laid out right in the faceoff circle here. And it looks like Jesse Gamble who's going to be coming off for the Rock. Costabile is laid out. He's still down on the turf. He's hurt. He's a little bit woozy right now. I wonder if he took a blow to the head. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We're looking to the boards to see. We haven't seen a replay yet here. They're calling elbowing. Actually, it's going to go against Damon Edwards. And elbowing, it's a 5-minute major on the board for Damon Edwards. Elbow to the head as Costabile is down on the turf still. So a little bit quiet here in the Wells Fargo Center as the training staff attends to Costabile. He's a little bit woozy. Now scratch that. I apologize. It was Jeff.
For elbowing.
I thought it was Costabile who was taking the face off, but it was Jeff Reynolds who's just back from injury, and Reynolds is going to go back to the locker room here as he got banged up pretty good, but he is walking under his own power. So now we hope Reynolds is okay, but now the Wings have a chance to score 3 here on the major penalty and get back into this game, a breaking point for the Wings. Let's see if they can capitalize. Hall up top. Hall again controlling the action over to Buchanan near side. Now puts over on the left. Now here's a move in. Shot by Crowley. Save made by Rose, but they control the rebound. Tight offensive power play formation for the Wings. Up top to Buchanan. Far side. Shot. I don't think it ever fully got through. I think someone tipped it. Yeah, the shot clock does not get reset. 15 on that. To Hall. Now down low to Ross. Back up to Hall. 10 on the clock to Buchanan. Fires. Save made. Actually never gets through. As Hall over one timing shot to Westervelt. That one never gets through. Finally, Toronto picks it back up as Sandy Chapman has it for the Rock, and they'll push the action back up to the other side of the field. A couple good scoring opportunities from the Wings. Actually just couldn't get the ball on the net. 1 minute already gone in the major penalty to Edwards. 11-6, Toronto leads it here in the fourth, but the Wings with a golden opportunity to chip away at this lead and get back into the action. Working one-on-one, save made by Miller, ball was loose. Crowley was aware and picks it back up, and Philly pushes the action back up to the other side of the floor. Kevin Ross has a man breaking, intercepted, however, was trying to get the pass off the bench to Westervelt. Toronto initially had it, but now a turnover back the other way, and the Wings will recover to Buchanan. Buchanan rolls inside. Shot, kick saved by Rose. Comes loose to Hoare, and Hoare rolls up. He's got Gamble breaking to his right. Can't feed it over to him on the penalty kill. They'll just sit back up by 5. Why not? To Patrick Merrill. To Sanderson, who already has 4 goals, been quiet in the second half, but certainly a big reason why they are where they are right now in this game. With a win today, the Rock would guarantee themselves a playoff position. If the Wings should happen to come back, it would give the Wings the tiebreaker against the Rock. As the shot clock expires, they put that ball wide. 2:56 left to go on the major penalty. Ball's brought back into play by Ross. He's got Hall, Westervelt, Rabel, and I think up top it's going to be Crowley, as it is. Crowley has the ball to Hall, down low to Ross. They're cycling the ball around, trying to find the open man to Crowley. Now back over to Hall. Back and forth. Hall decides to take it, puts it off the glass. Never gets on net, but picked up by the Wings by Westervelt. Now he dunks it in, and it just bounces. Actually, he beat Rose, but the ball actually bounced straight up and never actually went into the net. I thought he was able to actually dunk it in, but the ball just came straight up and down, and Toronto catches a break, and they'll kill off some more time off this major penalty. Clock becoming a factor not just on the power play, but in this game as the Wings still remain down 5. Shots on goal tied, 43 apiece. Billings has the ball. He's just killing off 30 seconds at a time. Now shoots one and goes wide with 1, and now the shot clock has expired. So textbook penalty killing by the Rock, killing off 30 seconds at a time of this major penalty. The Wings in need of a quick strike here in order to get back into this one. Down by 5. Over to Hall, near side. To Rabel. Back to Hall. Creeping in. Shot hit the crossbar. Hit the corner of the crossbar, and it kicks back. I think both teams have hit the iron about at least 5 times today. To Hall, near side. Now back to the net. Over again to Crowley. Crowley up top, shot. He hits the crossbar. Again, both teams have hit the crossbar multiple times. Crowley at least 3 or 4. Now, trying to hit a long pass, outlet pass the other way, but easily recovered by Miller. So the Wings do catch a break here, but only 1:12 left to go on this major penalty. Rabel stays on the floor out there with Ross. I believe Westervelt and Crowley are out there along with Hall. Rabel, some traffic, looking for a screen. He gets it from Crowley. Now back up top. Crowley can't control the pass, however, just able to tip it over to Hall. Now to Rabel. To Ross. Shot never gets through. 5 on the shot clock. Ross still has it. Wanted the penalty call. Doesn't get it. Now shoots it right into the stick of Nick Rose. Ball loose on the turf. Rabel in there fighting. Stick checked away, but the ball comes loose. And with only 39 to go in this major penalty, Toronto, by and large, has killed off a 5-minute major as the Rock stand tall here midway through the fourth. If the Rock hold it, the Wings will get the ball back with maybe 6 seconds left on this power play. Golden opportunity falling to the wayside for the Wings as the shot clock drifts down to 6, 5, 4. Rock holding it. They'll just dump it into the corner for Evans. Evans actually puts it off the face mask as time expires, but the Wings do pick it back up, pushing the action up the floor. 2-1, and this major penalty is over with no damage done to the Rock. 5-on-5 now as Westervelt out there with Rabel. Rabel moves in. Shot save made by Nick Rose that time. Now we have a whistle and a stoppage of play as Nick Rose had actually an equipment problem with his mask. Actually, in a way, cost his team as Damon Edwards was breaking in the other direction, but the officials blow the whistle and a media timeout. 8:12 to go in the fourth. Toronto 11, Philadelphia 6. This is the NLL on the Lacrosse Network.
Be sure to join us right after the game because we are throwing a huge St. Patrick's Day party all day today. We're going to have drink specials all night long, and the Dam Band will be here performing live. It's going to be an incredible performance, and you don't want to miss it. So be sure to join us right here after the game. Let's go, Wings!
Make it a family night. Wings family value packs include 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, and 4 popcorns, all starting at just $59. Visit www.wingslax.com for tickets today.
8:12 to go here in the fourth. It's the Rock 11, the Wings 6. Rock fans, don't forget your Toronto Rock are heading home. They're going to be hosting the Edmonton Rush very, very soon on the 24th, actually. A Sunday afternoon game against the Rush at 3 p.m. at the ACC. Get your tickets and info at torontorock.com. And Wings fans, hey, the season's not over yet. A lot of games still to come, and hey, the lineup's going to get healthier, and the Wings going to make a strong push here to the second half as the Wings return home on Sunday, April 7th against the Minnesota Swarm. That game, 4 p.m. For tickets and info, head to wingslax.com. Hey, big thanks to Allison Bridgman from IL Indoor for your kind words on Twitter. I do appreciate that. Send me a message at Dave Walls. Haven't been able to get to them as much as I'd like today, but I promise I will read them all, and I'll get back to as many as I can. Wings unable to capitalize on a 5-minute power play, and they remain down 5. It's Toronto with the ball. They're going to take every bit of this 30-second shot clock off as Behrens dives in for a shot. Good defense put on by Manley, and Miller was able to make the save. The Wings will push the action back up. Hartzell out there waiting for the line change, and now he dumps it off. Only goal this period is coming from Kyle Belton from the Rock on a disputed call. Miller looked like he had made the initial save, but unable to stop it from going in. Rabel has the ball. Shot goes high off the shoulder of Rose. He loses his stick momentarily, but it's the Rock who are able to clear the ball and get it up across the timeline to Belton. Belton holds, again, trying to get the ball, trying to get off the floor, and in the line change, he finally is able to dish that one off far side. Sanderson over to Doyle. Doyle working one-on-one with Steve Holmes. Tried to hit Sanderson, who's breaking in the crease, can't connect, but it's picked up by Evans. Stick save made by Miller. And Miller's long outlet pass connects to Kyle Sweeney. Pushing the action are the Wings, down by 5. Tried to hit a breaking Kevin Crowley, but unable to connect there. Ball fought for, now stick checked away. It's Westerveld who gets the ball. Now he gets it right in front of that. There's about 5 or 6 people in the crease. Everybody got knocked down on that play, but it's Toronto who picks it up. Now stick checked away, and the Wings are fighting over it with Ross down there. Patrick Merrill for the Rock, and Jesse Gamble's going to be able to scoop it away. However, with the Rock establishing possession, the shot clock will reset. We've got an 8-second violation. First one of those we've seen today with both teams pushing the action. So a turnover by the Rock, and the Wings will keep the ball on that side of the field. Jordan Hall brings the ball in for Philadelphia. To McClellan, far side. To Rabel. Rabel trying to find some space to move. Up top to Crowley. Crowley bounce shot low. Save made by Rose. However, they're going to say Hall stepped on the crease as he tried to pick up the loose ball. So turnover back the other way for the Wings. Gamble brings it up across over to Billings. Billings was looking for the screen from Behrens. He had it, but unable to find any room after that. So Behrens holds it. Clock ticking away. Under 5:40 to go here in the fourth. Tried to hit a breaking Stephen LeBlanc. Unable to connect, and Hartzell picks it up for Philadelphia. Manley pushing the ball. Has Westerveld breaking to his left. Unable to find any room, so Manley will have to hold the ball and pull it back. Westerveld was looking for that goal there. It said Buchanan has it on the near side boards of 12. Shot save again made by Rose, as Rose will give him that shot all day. Ball comes up, hits the netting. Glass touches a wing. And Toronto now gets the ball down across the timeline. However, ball comes loose as Manning was unable to control it. The Wings pick it back up, and back of their own net, they'll push it. Game not over yet, but the Wings starting to force the shots a little bit. We're talking about shot selection a couple of times today, and the Wings have been taking the shots that Toronto has been giving them, not necessarily the shots that are most optimum of scoring here in the fourth, something they had done a little bit better earlier on in this game. Colin Doyle, long pass far side to LeBlanc, down to Behrens, he shoots, and Miller had it in the knee pads. He looked past him, he thought it went in back of him, but Miller stands strong, controls that one, and takes us to our final media timeout. Don't go anywhere, 4:26 left to go in the fourth. The Toronto Rock 11, the Wings 6. This is the NLL on the Lacrosse Network.
The post-game live jersey auction will benefit the Chris Sanderson Memorial Trust and Rank Foundation. Each fan will receive a poster presented by Cooper Bone and Joint.
All right, Wings fans, it's T-shirt time! Get up on your feet! Who wants one? Who wants one?
6 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 4:26 left to go in the fourth. It's the Rock 11, the Philadelphia Wings 6. Fans, did you miss that big goal everybody was talking about? You can't go to work on Monday morning and not have seen that goal that everybody else is going to be talking about Monday morning. Well, listen, don't sweat it. Our friends at the Lacrosse Network, they go online. You can get the top 10 plays from last weekend's action, and you can watch full replays of every game played this season. So if your wife says, honey, let's go antiquing, you're covered. You can still look like a good guy. You can get your lacrosse in as well. And hey, ladies, look, I know you're guys, sometimes just want to watch some movies. All you want to do is go watch the lacrosse game. Listen to me, I understand. You can watch them all on demand anytime that fits your schedule. Just visit youtube.com/the Lacrosse Network. Shots on goal 51-47 in favor of the Wings, but just the quality of shots has really declined here, especially in the fourth. As the Wings down by 5, the big breaking point is Hall going back of the net, was looking for Kevin Ross. Ball still loose on the turf. Over to Crowley. The big breaking point, Damon Edwards gets a 5-minute elbowing penalty, but Philadelphia unable to connect to the empty net. Back the other way, shoots and scores. The Wings were making a last push. Brandon Miller had come out of the net, and the empty net goal by Kyle Belton gives him the hat trick and more than likely pushes the Toronto Rock to the win, now up 12-6. As you take a look here, Belton was racing. Miller had actually, for the most part, gotten back into the net, but Belton saw it coming. He held on to the ball as Miller overran and puts it in. So the Wing will go ahead and give the Rock a clinched playoff spot in the East as they will move to 8-3. The Wings will drop to 5-5, and depending on the result tonight, as here's a shot off the rebound and score. And I believe that's Scott Johnston who will get the goal, as it's now 13-6. The loss by the Wings will drop into 5-5, and depending on what Buffalo does tonight, the Buffalo Bandits could move up into second place. As Miller had made the initial save, but nobody was there to take Johnson off the ball or pick up the rebound. Easy goal for the Rock.
Toronto goal scored by number 88, Scott Johnston. Assist number 45, Damon Edwards. Time of the goal, 11:18.
As off the face-off, we get a face-off violation against the Rock. Philadelphia takes possession with Pat Heim. Heim was taking the face-off in place of the injured Jeff Reynolds. Westerveld out there. Up top to Buchanan. He shoots, fires off the glass in the back. Ball fought for, and now a crease violation as Westerveld stepped in the crease. Johnson brings it up across the timeline for the Rock. Rock fans starting. There are a few Rock fans here in the arena starting to savor the action here as their Rock inching ever closer in 3:15 to clinching that playoff spot. Here's a shot, and Miller somehow makes a save. He was way out of the net, but was able to get a piece of it and knock it down. Nick Rose has been a stud. We haven't really had to call his name too much, as really the defense in front of him has kept the amount of breakaway type shots to a minimum, but Rose has really stood tall on the occasions where he's been needed. 45 saves tonight for Rose. Ross backing down towards the crease. 7 on the shot clock, working one-on-one. Tried a behind-the-back pass flip over to Kevin Crowley, unable to connect, and it's the Rock who pick up the ball. Now being fought for in the near side corner. Man falls down. Sticks coming up between Johnson and Rabel, and now Edwards gets in there, pushing and shoving on both sides. Rabel and Edwards really pushing back against one another. Referee's going to call some minor penalties out of this one as well. Looks like Rabel and Johnston were the initial ones who were scrapping, and Edwards started to agitate it a little bit here. We'll see who goes off. It's definitely going to be Johnston and Rabel. Captain's race over there. I want to talk to the official. The official crew chief, Bob Hollingsworth, has nothing of it and signals them to go away, shoos them both away. So with a stoppage of play, 2:35, we'll go ahead and let's take a look around at the other 3 games we've got going on in the NLL tonight. They're all available for you here on the Lacrosse Network. 3 big games as well. They start off at 7:30 here in the East Coast as the Rochester Nighthawks host the Edmonton Rush in a rematch of championship game last season. Should be a good battle up in Blue Cross Arena. Later at 8 o'clock, it's the Minnesota Swarm hosting the Washington Stealth as the Stealth look to remain on tops.
Johnson, 2 minutes for checking from behind. For the Wings, Rabel, 2 minutes for roughing. Both.
So as they both go off, the Stealth and Swarm are at 8, and then finally at 9, we've got the Bandits and the Minnesota Swarm. All those games in action here tonight live on the Lacrosse Network. Our game winding down of 2:15 to go here in the 4th. It's the Rock 13 and the Wings 6. Wings offense only 1 goal here in the second half, and it's really been the story of strong defensive stands by the Rock and good scoring opportunities as we got a man down behind the plate. It looks like it's Blaine Manning. Check that, it's Scott Evans. He is down on the turf and writhing near the Toronto bench. Looks like he's grabbing his knee or his back quad right now on his leg. So we have an injury timeout on the floor. That would be a big loss for Toronto if Scott Evans is out for any length of time. Trainer's out looking at him, so we'll get a stoppage of play. Shots on goal, 51-51 in this game. And hey, fans, I know the game's almost over, but don't go anywhere just yet. We'll give you a post-game breakdown of the stats and the MVPs of this game and give you some post-game thoughts and run down, again, the complete weekend of the NLL. So stick around here on the Lacrosse Network. Evans is being helped off into the locker room, really limping right now. We'll have to get an injury update for you after the game. So we got a goaltender change as well during that injury timeout. Zach Boychuk is going to go ahead and get the last 90 seconds here. And is a shot right off the play and score. Kevin Crowley with 1:54 welcomes a new goaltender in. We didn't really look 100% set, to be honest with you, but Crowley takes advantage, puts it high, and it's 13-7. Crowley's second goal on the night is going to come a little bit too late, but sometimes when you're in a slump like Crowley's been in, sometimes any type of goal is just enough to get your confidence building for future games. So certainly that's what Wings fans are going to hope here.
And Crowley! The assist, number 44, Jordan Hall, and number 27, Kevin Buchanan. Time of the goal, 13-0.
So Buchanan and Hall get the assist as we approach 90 seconds to go in this game. Buchanan dumps it far near side to Ross. Ross works down low, gets to the crease, beats the double team. Shot is saved. Ball rolls dangerously close to the crease, but it's picked up by Jesse Gamble. And the Rock will bring the ball up across the timeline as they approach 80 seconds to go here. Check that. It was Woods who brought it up across. Over to Garrett Billings. Billings has the ball stick checked away very nicely by Steve Holmes, and Miller picks up the ball and gets the outlet pass over to Joel White. So looking forward for the Wings, they go to Minnesota next week. Hopefully having Brendan Mundorf back will help add some offense as Joel White takes the shot in transition. Save made by Boychuk. Ball stick checked away, now finally picked away by the Toronto goaltender. However, whistle and the stoppage are going to say violation of some sort by Toronto, so Philadelphia keeps possession. Quickly off the reset, Buchanan tries to move in, find some room, unable to do so. Tries to swim inside, and he is just flat out denied by Manning. Now they go far side. Beautiful save made by Boychuk as they get the one-timer over to McClellan. That'll pretty much do it as 5-second differential between shot and game clock. Again, the Rock moved to 8-3, securing a playoff spot. The Wings dropped to 5-5 in this matchup. And for Rock fans, you hope Scott Evans is going to be okay. He was in a lot of pain down there on the turf. Had to be helped back to the locker room by a trainer and a player as well. Tune into NLL.com. Visit that later tonight. Hopefully we can get you an injury update after today's matchup. 5 seconds left to go off the loose ball, of the shot clock violation, I should say. Crowley tries for the hat trick, and he gets it as time expires. So the Wings are going to come up short, but depending on what the officials rule, it will be a 13-7 or 13-8 game. Call on the field is a good goal, and to be honest, I don't know if the referees are going to take a look at this one. They have the right to do so, but whatever the case, that is the end of today's game, with the Rock winning this one by a score of 13, and let's say 13-8. They will review it for the stat sheets, but regardless, we'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the review of that Crowley goal, and we'll give you the post-game recap. Again, the Toronto Rock win it over the Philadelphia Wings. Back after this on the Lacrosse Network.
And CD and Mesro launch of ball will begin shortly. Please wait for us to set up the target before you throw your ball towards the turf. Once again, the CD and Mesro launch ball begins shortly. Please wait to throw the balls till the targets are set up.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center one final time. It's the Toronto Rock taking this one over the Philadelphia Wings. They're still reviewing the last second shot by Kevin Crowley to see if it was a goal or not, but whatever the case, it's a win for the Rock. Breaking down the action here, really, the second half was a defensive battle in the third quarter. The big breaking point again comes when Damon Edwards gets a 5-minute elbowing call to Jeff Reynolds, knocks him out of the game. And we'll have to wait and see if maybe later in the week there's some more discipline in that, because it was right off a face-off, so it's not like the players were really running around fast. We didn't see the call live, I'm afraid, but Edwards does go off for the 5 for elbowing, but the Wings cannot capitalize one bit. Wings cannot capitalize on the 5-minute major, and it's the Rock who are able to finally bury it. 2 goals, hat trick, I should say, by Kyle Belton, including 2 to seal it in the fourth quarter, end up doing the Wings in. For the record, Kevin Crowley's last second goal is ruled a goal as it goes in with 0.1 seconds left on the clock, so your final score tonight will be 13-8. That goal actually gives Kevin Crowley the hat trick, so good to see Crowley get out of his slump, albeit a little bit late in this game, but still, sometimes, again, as we said, putting the ball in the net, even if it's, in junk time, if you'd like to use that term, that's certainly a good sign. For this Wings team, they go to Minnesota next week. Yes, they're banged up, but we saw the defense stand tall at times with some harder hits, some harder plays. We saw them really tighten down in the third quarter, shutting down this Toronto offense. Great stick checks, great plays behind the play in order to set up transition. It's, again, the breakaway attempts when Miller was just left hung out to dry at some points in the late in the fourth, and also, again, a slow start in the first. The Wings have been outscored tremendously in the first quarter all season. They've got to solve those problems moving forward if they want to have a good seed moving towards the playoffs. That will do it for us here at the Wells Fargo Center. We do want to thank everybody watching at the Lacrosse Network. Make sure to follow us on Twitter. Myself, Dave Walls, my producer, John Barchard, and follow our NLL radio show, Wings All Access. We are giving away Wings tickets. We are giving away lots of free stuff from the team, and if you want in, you have to be a follower. We hit 100 followers on Twitter. We give away 2 Wings tickets just like that. Be a part of the action and go to Twitter at Wings All Access. It remains me to thank my producer, John Barchard. Mike Hancock, good to see the Hammer here from the Toronto Rock. I want to thank him for his support as well. And for you, the fans, thanks for spending your Saturday afternoon. One final time, the Rock 13, the Wings 8. For everybody here at the Wells Fargo Center, I'm Dave Walls. Goodbye, everybody.